We just held the coin toss in center field, and for the third game in a row, the Cardinals have lost.
I know.
Rustburg did an exit in the second half, so Altavista will have the ball first here. 2 minutes here till kickoff. Cardinals and Red Devils both entering the field now.
Boy, I think you can probably hear this crowd on your radio. The Colonels have traveled well. Like you said, not a long drive, so why wouldn't you come up here to Rustburg and check things out? Colonels coming onto the field, getting a nice applause. And you mentioned it, Red Devils are around as well. And, you know, the Red Devils, the thing about coming to play here at Rustburg is big set of home bleachers over there. I mean, they can pack a lot of folks in there. And of course, you remember the old days, like when Coach Sharness won his state championship here, and I believe it was 01, I think it was. It was either 2000 or 2001. You know, those stands were filled up every Friday night, and then also on the Saturdays when they were hosting those playoff games. Bunch of really good teams in the past here at Rustburg.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised when you look at the stands that there aren't, you know, that as many people from Rustburg as I had anticipated. Now, you do have them kind of similar to what we see in some of the Dogwood District games, starting to line around the fence over on the home side, but still not the crowd that, you know, anticipated from Rustburg. And but still, at 5-3 and 12th right now in state playoff spot rankings, a formidable force tonight for the Colonels.
Yeah, they really are. It's going to be a fun game. Of course, Rustburg, a 3A team under the new format. You know, they've been Division III for a while, so that's not really a change of anything for you. Your old school, high school football fans. They're really just a change in name is all it was. And, of course, the Colonels in that 1A division, Division I, whatever you want to call it. And Oscar mentioned they're standing in the playoffs. And this one would go a very long way to improving their standing.
And they would. And while we've got the opportunity to give a quick shout-out, congratulations to Donnie Wilkerson and the Altavista Cross Country teams. Both boys and girls won the Conference 44, as they allude to it now, is a realignment, have won those, that district tournament, a conference tournament this week here at Altavista.
At Altavista, there's definitely a tradition there as well. You know, the boys won the state championship 2 years ago, I think, there in cross country. So all those guys on that coaching staff do a fantastic job, and the kids as well. It's hard to believe that, you know, those sports, and I think golf is already done now, and volleyball getting into their playoff deal now as well. We're still in regular season football. Everybody else kind of getting into postseason a little bit, but we'll be in postseason football before you know it. That's for sure. And it's a fun night here. Seeing a lot of old friends and old faces. Make some new ones as well. And the Red Devils are in their home red jerseys, white helmet with the red R. Most of their guys look like they're sporting the pink socks for the breast cancer, maybe just cancer awareness deal here tonight. White numbers on the jersey. Colonels in the Colonels are in the road white jersey with white pants this evening. Orange and black striping, black numbers, black helmet with the orange A. Colonels got a lot of combinations they can go with. You know, they got the orange pants, the black pants, the white pants. But this is a good look here tonight for the Altavista Colonels. Two good-looking football teams. I mean that in a couple different ways. Got a bunch of guys out there that really fill out the pads well.
They do, and you know, for the first time, and really, you know, the Colonels didn't look that up against Chatham last week. They played well, came out of the box well, but they look up tonight, Kyle. Really enthusiastic.
Yeah, you mentioned it. There's been a lot of talk between this one, the county rivalry, the district rivalry, a lot of stuff going on. The kick will be fielded by Canavis Jones on about the 10-yard line. He's going straight up the gut. He's got some room. He's blown past most of the Rustburg team. He's across the 50 down the 40. Going in the meantime with the kicker, and he just gets that sidestep and touchdown to Canavis Jones. And the Altavista Colonels scored 6 on the opening kickoff of the game. Boy, you said they look up. They're even more up right now. A bunch of guys jogging to that sideline, pumped up. Stetson Brown laid a big block for Canavis Jones, and he really only needed about one Oscar. After that, he was gone.
Huge hole in the middle. Great job out of receiving team. Blowing that hole open for Canavis. He picked it, took it 95 yards to the house. 11:46 here in the first quarter remaining. Colonels lead 6-0.
Wow, long touchdown run there on the opening kick of the game. Maybe fielded it on one hop, but he fielded it with a full head of steam, and that really gave him an advantage as well. Long snap is back. Ball is on the block. Kick is good by Walker Allen. Colonels off 7-0 after just 14 seconds to play and one kickoff. We'll be back after this timeout on 105.5 KD Country.
The following is brought to you by English Construction Company.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Virginia are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Oscar Briggs, that's the great thing about high school football, isn't it? Just when you think you've seen everything, you see something we haven't seen in a while. Anybody take the opening kickoff right back to the house. Navy Jones did just that right there. Big-time play to give the Colonels a 7-0 lead.
You talk about momentum and scoring early here. If you're in the late arriving crowd group, you get some great plays. One of the better plays we've seen all season.
Yeah, it really was. Navy took one back against Nelson a couple weeks ago on a kickoff. But like I said, just off the top of my head, I don't remember anybody housing the opening kickoff like that in a long while. That's exciting.
And let's face it, the Nelson game didn't have the implications that this one.
Sure, yeah.
And, that was in our own house. We were heavily favored. This is supposed to be a tight ball game, depending on who you listen to, who's favored. But Colonels take a quick lead, 7-0, 7:46 remaining here in the first quarter.
Gotta like this if you're a Colonel fan. Walker Allen on the run up to kick it off. Side winding kick, not fielded cleanly by the Red Devils. They will pick it up now. That's number 6, Randall Jones, who took it right side, got hit hard, held on to the ball. Looked like it might have come loose there. But Juan Thornhill on the stop, I believe.
It was Juan Thornhill, made a nice tackle. Wondered if the Rustburg player was going to be able to pick that ball up, but he did recover, and I don't have a number for him. It was 44, but don't have him on the roster.
It hit one of the up guys at number 44 like you're talking about, and he was going to pick it up, and I think Mr. Jones there said, no, I can field this one. Let me do my thing here. I formation, it looks like. No, excuse me, it's a shotgun formation. Looks like Jones right beside Lovelace. They hand it to Jones. He's going right up the middle. Now he tries the right side. Not a whole lot there, but he does push it ahead for a small gain. It's going to be a pickup of about 3 before he's brought down by the entire Colonel team. The entire Colonel team was in on a lot of tackles last week, weren't they?
Well, they had to be. The way that Walton and Smith were running the ball, but gain of 3 brings up second and 8 or 7. Here, 11:16 remaining here in the first quarter.
It's 2 tight ends and then 2 split ends, 2 wide receivers for the Red Devils. They're going to fake it to Jones. Lovelace is going to keep it himself. He got hit around the knee. One Altavista tackler was able to hold on. Let's see who that is. I think it's Demetrius Johnson who made the initial contact, and the rest of the boys got in on it.
Well, nice thought, Kyle. It was Demetrius Johnson. They're going to call that a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5 here in the opening drive for Rustburg.
I don't think the Red Devils mind these 3rd and 5 situations when you get 2 very, very talented ball carriers sharing the same backfield like they do. Shotgun formation again, 2 tight ends again, and 2 receivers. They give it to Jones. Jones goes up the middle. Looks like he's going to have just about enough. Darius Johnson that time on the tackle. And then also Dante Poindexter as well. But it is, no, he's short. He's about a full yard short. Our perspective down here is a little bit lower. And it looks like Rustburg's trotting out the field goal unit. So a nice 3 and out by the Altavista Colonels there. Good stop early on defense. At least it would appear that the Red Devils are going to kick it away.
Yeah, they are going to punt it. They're about a full yard short. They may try to hard count to try to draw the Colonels offside. Colonels need to be patient here. 10:04 remaining in first quarter. Colonels lead 7-0.
Snaps a little bit low. Punter had to go down and get it. That's number 10, Brent Thacker. Great punt. Hangs it way up in the air. Bounces on the 30 and then rolls back. Took a bad bounce as far as Rustburg was concerned. They down it on the 36-yard line. Michi Malbeck never really had a chance for that. So effective punting there by the Rustburg Red Devils. And the Colonels will get to run their first play from scrimmage from their own 36-yard line, right hash mark, with 9:52 to play in the Apple Market first quarter. 7-0 advantage early for the Altavista Colonels, courtesy of the Navy Jones kickoff return.
And interesting to see the Colonels very conservative in their opening couple of quarters here in the last 3 or 4 ball games. It'll be interesting to see if they stay conservative.
Yeah, and it's a good point. Maybe you can change the game plan a little bit because you're already up 7-0, or maybe you stick to your script. Juan Thornhill wants to roll to his left and pass. He's got some time. Now he's going back to the right. Had a man open initially. He's going to take it down and run. He's past the 40, past the 45. Sticks the football out. Smart play right there because he saw where the first down marker was. And he just got it a yard past the stick there, so it'll be enough for a first down. Colonels will get a fresh set of them. 9:43 to play as Juan ran out of bounds.
Nice play by Juan. Had Demetrius Johnson. Was unable to get it to him. Demetrius trying to get downfield, find an open spot. But again, nice job by Juan, recognizing what he had, picking up 12 yards, first down Colonels.
Shotgun formation as usual for the Colonels. 2 wide receivers on each side. Destin Brown in the backfield with Juan Thornhill. Here comes the shotgun snap. Waist high, right to Juan. He gives it to Destin Brown. Brown's got some room on the left side. Now he stopped. Good hard tackling right there by 3 or 4 Red Devils. First guy on the scene was number 16, Miguel Trejo, with the initial stop right there. They give Destin a gain of 1, but it was tough sledding there over on that left side.
Well, it was. It was a nice job by Rustburg being able to string it play out and not allow Destin to get it up to speed. Obviously, Rustburg scouted the Colonels.
Yeah, I think Jack Baker, his guys know what the Colonels are all about. This time, Altavista is going to snap it from the big R logo in the middle of the field. They're on the 49-yard line. Pistol formation with Brown right behind Juan Thornhill. They've motioned Demetrius to the right to be a blocker. Juan keeps himself on the option. Pickup of about 3 before he is brought down. Number 75, Blake Phillips, in on that stop right there for the Red Devils. Solid gain for Mr. Thornhill. That will bring up a 3rd and 6 for the Altavista Colonels. They lead 7-0, 8:44 to play here in the Apple Market first quarter.
Colonels keep the ball on the Rustburg side of the field. You'll see Darius Johnson out split with Davy Jones on this side. 2 players in the slot. Seen this formation several times here in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, Davy Jones on the outside. A lot of times he's a slot guy with Michi Malbeck, but he is up on the line of scrimmage this time. They motion Demetrius Johnson across. They're going to fake the handoff. Now Juan wants to throw. He's looking for Michi in the middle, and it's intercepted. On the 30-yard line, Red Devils will take over. Michi wasn't really looking for the football. I don't know if it was miscommunication on the route, but it's intercepted by number 12, Sam Inge, on the pick, and that will give the Red Devils the football and perhaps some momentum back, Oscar. They trail 7-0.
Yeah, nice play by Sam. I'm sure you're aware of Sam and his baseball ability.
Yeah.
Long-time player here in the Rustburg youth system. Great little athlete for Rustburg. Nice interception.
I don't know how many interceptions Juan has on the year. I know he threw one that last week at Chatham. It didn't really matter. It was at the end of the half. They handed off to Randall Jones. Jones finding some room in the middle of the Altavista defense. Thornhill in on the stop. Claudel Moon was there as well, and also Darius Johnson. It's a nice 9-yard pickup for the Red Devils. As we talked about late arriving crowd, well, that's we're on the visiting side over here in our own press box, which is pretty nice. We'll get to that later. But that far stands over there where the Rustburg fans are starting to fill up as we go. Shotgun formation again. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. Both receivers are on the left side. Here comes the snap. They fake it to Jones, and Lovelace wants to keep it himself. Sidesteps one tackler. Now a spin move. But after the spin move, he was just drilled by Juan Thornhill. Juan getting up, pumped up, and with good reason. It's a first down pickup for Anthony Lovelace, but he had to pay for it there at the end.
You heard that collective gasp. That was the crowd, and Oscar as well. As he pivoted, turned his back. You better not do that against this Colonel's defense.
Yeah. Yes, that's okay to do if, there's only one guy to beat. You know where everybody else is at. But, boy, when there's still people like Thornhill running around, I don't want to turn my back on them at all. They pull a couple linemen, and Randall Jones will follow him, cut down with a nice thigh-high tackle there by Demetrius Johnson. Jones picks up about 2.5 or 3 yards, though, on the carry. Gets it to the 49-yard line of Rustburg. 7:05 to play in the Apple Market first quarter. Colonels lead 7-0.
Nice drive here going by Rustburg. Picked up 1 first down, have a second and about 7.
Shotgun formation again, 2 receivers to the left, a tight end on each side. They give it to Randall Jones again. Jones going left side, had the football out for a little bit. Juan Thornhill with the stop, low tackle, brought Jones down with the solo tackle.
Nice job by Darius Johnson trying to get this play turned back on the inside. Looked like the player that blocked him had a hold of his jersey at the turning, but nice job by Darius getting that play turned back inside where he had help.
Yeah, it really was a good play. Darius isn't going to get credit for a tackle, but he really made the play and allowed Juan Thornhill to fill that alleyway and finally stop Jones. Shotgun formation again. It's Jones and Lovelace in the backfield. Lovelace wants to keep it himself going left side. Got some room there. Hit hard by Moon, but he bounces off. Now he's finally brought down by Michi Malbeck and Juan Thornhill. Looks like he's got enough for the first down. He needed to get to about the 43-yard line, and I think it was about to the 42. Let's see where they spot this. Yeah, he's got enough. just no signal from the official. There's the signal, so they'll move the chains. Right there on the left hash mark, hard running by Anthony Lovelace, the quarterback for the Rustburg Red Devils. Well, 6:05 to go in the first.
Because it was good running because the initial hit had him stopped at the line or even a little bit behind the line of scrimmage, but he kept his legs turned and was able to get that turned into a first down for Rustburg.
Not many guys can run through Clydell Moon like Lovelace did right there, so you know he's a hard runner, even though he's a quarterback. He'll give it to Randall Jones. Jones, right side, not a whole lot there, but a good initial surge by the offensive line from the Red Devils. Call this another pickup of 3. It's a shotgun formation with 2 tight ends, which is a little bit rare in high school. A lot of times when people run the spread, they don't use many tight ends. Maybe they'll use 1. Rustburg using 2, and even though it is a shotgun formation, they really do attack you with the run. It's sort of an old-school offense. Same formation, 2 wide receivers on the right. Lovelace gets the low shotgun snap. He runs to run the sweep outside, and he's got some room to do it. Demetrius Johnson with the tackle finally brought him down. Looked like Thornhill was in on it. And it looked like Destin Brown not far behind, along with Dante Poindexter for the Colonels to stop him short of the first down. Red Devils will need to get about 2 here on 3rd down from their own 35-yard line.
Nice gain of 5 on that play. Nice job by this Rustburg offensive line here on this opening drive, or second drive.
Yeah, they really are. First drive, they went 3 and out. I don't know if the Red Devils line has made some adjustments or what, but they're looking much better on this drive. Really got the Colonels on the ropes. They'll give it to Jones. Jones going to go left side. See, got some room. Going to be close to the first down. I think he's probably got enough Clydell Moon on the stop. He may be short.
It's going to be close.
Let's see. I don't know. The official is telling him to stop the clock. Maybe he wants to measure. We'll see. It was, again, shotgun formation. They give it to Jones. Jones just kind of trying to pick a hole there as the whole line goes left. It is enough for a first down. They don't need to measure. 4:26. And the Colonels lead 7-0 in the Apple Market first quarter. 3 great locations, Main Street, Gateway, and Riverside. And boy, Oscar, as fast as Navy Jones was going on that kickoff return, he could probably get to all 3 locations in about a minute or 2 if he kept up that speed the whole time anyway. First down for the Rustburg Red Devils, middle of the field. Lovelace fakes it to Jones, keeps it himself. He's hit hard by number 72, yards for the Colonels. Good stop right there. Call it a half-yard pickup for the Red Devils, not much more.
Yeah, nice job by Clay getting penetration. Was able. He was going to try to turn that play back in too, but no gain at all on that play. 2nd and 10.
Haven't seen Rustburg go to the air yet. Haven't really needed to. I mean, they did go 3 and out on that first drive, but this drive here, they're putting together one of those matriculating ball control style offensive drives here that old school football fans know and love. 2nd and a full 9.5. This looks like it's going to be a pass play here. Lovelace looking to his right. Had the receiver and hit him in his hands, but he just could not hold on. Looked like he was looking for number 10, Brent Thacker. Pass, really, like I said, it got the Thacker's hands, but it was a little high and may have been coming in a little hot as well.
Well, it was, and he rushed that pass, but it's a good thing he did because Destin Brown was closing in from his blind side, and he would have lowered the boom on him.
Destin Brown is one of those guys, a lot like Thornhill. You hear about a lot on offense, but you hear about a lot on defense.
Big play here, 3rd and 10. I got to believe if they don't get it, they'll probably go for it on deep in Colonel's territory.
I tend to agree with you here. They're on the Altavista Colonels 31-yard line. Lovelace wants to take the sweep to his right, headed that sideline. Demetrius Johnson was giving chase, but couldn't get him. Lovelace never really could turn the corner, but he did pick up a sizable chunk of yards. Not nearly enough for the first down, though, and this will bring up 4th and 6 for the Red Devils. Maybe even 4th and 6.5 as the clock stops at 3:22 as he goes out of bounds. Colonels lead 7-0. It looks like the offense is staying out there, Oscar. So here comes another really big test for the Altavista defense. See if they can get off the field here on 4th down.
Well, they need 6, and with call along, it's probably closer to 7 now, but they've had success running the ball against the Colonels.
Yeah, I don't know. They haven't really run an option play, a pitch option yet. Maybe that's coming. Here comes the shotgun snap. They went with the hard count, and it looks like the Colonels bid on it. I think you're going to get an offside penalty on Altavista here. Lovelace changed up that snap count, and it was enough to throw the Altavista defense off. Now, this is not going to be enough for a first down, but it will make it about 4th and 1 or 4th and 1.5. So much better odds if you're an offensive coach calling plays right here.
Yeah, Coach Sharness was not happy. I don't know if we jump further. The defensive lineman of Sharness, when the penalty was called, he was not happy. 4th and 8, 4th and 7 versus 4th and 3 or 2 makes a big difference.
Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the left, tight end to each side. Good snap, they give it to Randall Jones. Jones dives ahead. Boy, he didn't get a whole lot. He was hit hard low by Destin Brown. I think he's got enough, but he did not get much past that first down marker. If he did just get to it. Normally, I would say they'll come out and measure here, but boy, they don't measure a whole lot anymore, do they, Oscar? They only measure when they really need to. Now, they will bring the chains over and measure this one.
No, Coach Revis was not real pleased with the spot, but he immediately jumped up and said, first down, Colonels, but we'll see.
Randall Jones took the handoff. He really just went behind left guard. It was an inside running play. Destin Brown hit him hard low and dropped Jones immediately, but Jones was close to that first down marker. Let's see when they stretch the sticks out here. Looks like he's short. Let's see if they adjust the football at all. They're not going to. It's a 4th down stop by the Altavista Colonels defense. What a tackle by Destin Brown, getting there and filling that hole and stopping Jones short. Colonels will take over on about their own 25-yard line here. Big play right there again by the Altavista defense. They've been doing it all year.
Yeah, you called it. Bend but don't break, bend but don't break. 3:17 here remaining in the first quarter. Colonels lead 7-0. They're getting their second possession.
Yeah, the Colonels scored on the opening kickoff. They threw an interception on their last possession, although they did have some success moving the football before the interception. 1 tight end, 3 receivers for the Altavista Colonels. Pitch play to Michi Malbeck. Malbeck trying the right side. Now he cuts up the alley. Spin move by Michi. Michi hadn't gone down yet. Now he finally does. Hit hard by number 10, Brent Thacker. Also, number 20, Cam Scott, in on the stop as well. They call it a pickup of 3 for Mr. Malbeck. Clock continues to move. 2:58 to go here in the Apple Market first quarter. 7-0 lead for the Altavista Colonels.
Yeah, nice pickup by Michi. He was looking to turn that corner. Couldn't get to the edge. Turned it back in. Nice job by Rustburg stringing that play out and stopping it for a 3 or 4 yard gain.
Big game down in Ringgold tonight as the Gretna Hawks are headed down there. We'll try and get you some updates from that. Oscar's shaking his head. No, I don't know what he's shaking his head no about. But here comes the shotgun snap for Juan Thornhill. Going to put Kenavis Jones in motion. They fake it to Davy Jones. Juan will keep it. Left side, that football came out. Football is out, and it bounced right into the hands of a Red Devil player. Let's see if he held on. Looks like Juan might have got it back. No signal from the official yet. Let's wait and see. And here is the signal. It's Rustburg football. That ball popped out. You don't see Juan Thornhill fumble too much, Oscar. And when it did pop out, it went right to the hands of a waiting Rustburg Red Devil player. Didn't catch the number on that. We'll see if we can hear the PA announcer, see if he caught it or not.
No, you don't see Juan. That ball did. It popped out. Went right, as you called it, right to the Rustburg defender's hands. First down on 33-yard line.
Well, the Red Devils get the football back pretty much in the same place. They turned it over on downs. A few yards back, but not much of a difference. Couple linemen pulling for number 5, who is Anthony Lovelace, the quarterback, darting behind one of those linemen right there. The pulling lineman was number 50, Marquez Charlton. Who is a 260-pound senior, good guy to run behind. It's a 3 or 4 yard pickup for Lovelace and the Red Devils. 2 minutes to go now in the first quarter. Colonel's still up by a touchdown and the extra point. Red Devils, 2 tight ends, 2 receivers again. Right hash mark, they'll scrimmage, 2nd and 7. Give it to Jones. Jones starts right. Now he goes left. Good blocking up front. He is cut down by Destin Brown. Darius Johnson was there as well. But I'm telling you, this Rustburg offensive line, Oscar, they're really starting to find their rhythm, I think. They're moving some bodies around out there.
Well, nice little drive they had earlier. Sustained 8-9 plays. The Colonels defense, again, was on the field for a long part of that drive, Kyle, and then ran 2 offensive plays and turned the ball over. Colonels kind of back on the heels right now.
Yeah, we talk about momentum a whole lot on these airwaves. It seems like the Red Devils have got it back, and maybe not all the way back, but at least the even keel. They give it to Jones. Jones going right side. Side steps Juan Thornhill, but Thornhill got enough of him that Jones lost his balance and brought him down. Close to the first down marker. It looks like it's going to be enough for first down yardage. It is. And this ball will get spotted on about right at the 20-yard line. Red Devils in the red zone here. Let's see if the Colonels can continue. Easy for me to say. See if the Colonels can continue. That's some serious alliteration there. They're
you're going to say bend but not break.
They're bend but don't break. Yes. So it's like the 3 C's and the 3 B's, I think. Shotgun formation. Lovelace takes the snap. Red Devils want to throw. They're looking to the end zone with it. Ball up in the air. Man had Davy Jones beat. Let's see if he came down with it. He did. Touchdown grab for the Rustburg Red Devils. What a touchdown scoring pass. Anthony Lovelace to number 82, Jordan Lawhorn, in the back of the end zone. Great touch on that football. And boy, Davy Jones just gave up a little bit of a step and a little bit of size. That was all Lovelace needed. 7-6 now. Colonel's lead, extra point on the way for the Red Devils.
Very, very nice catch by Lawhorn, too. He was laid out. Maybe showed some good coverage on that play. But he was a step behind him, and the ball was thrown perfectly.
Yeah, wasn't terrible coverage by Davy. It was just that perfect of a throw. Snap is back. Kick isn't a great one, but it looks like it snuck in there. Number 32, who is also not on the roster for the Red Devils, but we'll find out who he is later. Extra point is good. We're tied, 7-7. Plenty more football to go. 38 seconds remain in the first quarter on 105.5 KD Country.
High school athletics builds character, teaches teamwork, and provides a solid foundation for life. PCM Industrial Services recognizes the importance of high school athletics by sponsoring this sports broadcast for your enjoyment. PCM Industrial Services encourages everyone to come on out and watch the game. It's a great time for the whole family. Cheer on the Colonels. PCM Industrial Services, the industrial maintenance and construction specialists, serving the Mid-Atlantic region with quality craftsmen since 1986. Good luck, Colonels.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Whether you're online at kdcountry.com or you're listening to us on 105.5, you come to the right place. 7-7 tie ball game now. Davy Jones ran the opening kickoff for the Altavista Colonels. And then Anthony Lovelace just hooked up with Jordan Lawhorn for a 20-yard touchdown pass for the Red Devils. That's where we're at. Here comes another kickoff for the Red Devils. Let's see if they keep it away from Davy Jones. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Clydell Moon fields it. What about the 20-yard line? Moon's got ahead of steam, though, and some room up the middle as well. He's cut down at the 40. Nice return. Great starting field position for the Altavista Colonels as they did try and keep it away from Davy Jones. But Clydell Moon certainly got some speed all to his own as well, so pick your poison, I guess. And the Altavista Colonels will scrimmage from their own 40-yard line. 33 seconds left in the Apple Market first quarter.
Well, the big stat that's going to jump out as we talk to transition to the second quarter is the Colonels had 2 turnovers with the interception and the fumble. You can't do that against this Rustburg team and expect to win.
You're right. The Colonels have been pretty much turnover-free all year. That's something they've been very good at. Hand off to Destin Brown. Brown up in there. He is stuffed by big number 77, Brandon Tweedy, who, get a load of this, folks, when you hear this, 6'2", 370 on the roster. He looks every bit of it. Dustin is a hard runner, but you're not getting through 6'2", 370. I don't care how much head of steam you got going.
No, he was turning his legs pretty hard. He was absolutely not budging him at all.
Nothing much Destin could do there, and Tweed just showed up in the hole. There was supposed to be somebody blocking him, but that's a challenge all on its own as well. Colonel's going to walk off the sideline and let the quarter run out. 7-7, right where we started. Both teams have scored once, and we'll be back with the second quarter and a whole lot more on 105.5 KD Country.
Tonight's game is brought to you by these members of the KD Country Sports Club.
Steve Farmer Auto Sales, where there's always a good selection of cars, trucks, SUVs, priced right, financing available. Steve Farmer Auto Sales, 1112 Main Street.
Aubrey Rosser Law Firm, Altavista. First choice for any and all legal advice. Services go way beyond court trials and settlements.
Diane's Hair Creations in Altavista, creating hairstyles for every lifestyle. 283-1111. That's 283-1111.
El Cerrito, Altavista. Throw on a sombrero. Shake your maracas. It's El Cerrito time. Authentic Mexican cuisine only at El Cerrito.
Shop Main Street Trading Company, Altavista, where quality and affordability go hand in hand.
Sharky's Pest Control in Hurt. Let Tony take a bite out of your pest control needs. Doing business the old-fashioned way to keep you coming back.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Colonels back out on the field in a tie ball game here on 105.5 with the Rustburg Red Devils. Shotgun snap on the way. On 2nd and 11 coming. Thornhill barking out some extra signals. 2 wide receivers each side. Red Devils show blitz. No blitz coming, though. Actually, now it is coming. Thornhill's in trouble. He's got to run out of a tackle, and he does. Juan looking downfield. Pump fake. Now he's going to keep it himself. Great hard running from Juan Thornhill. He could have lost about 10 yards on the sack. He ends up gaining about 5 on the quarterback scramble. Special play right there, Oscar.
Yeah, well, he was trapped easily for a 10-yard loss. 2 players had a hold of him. Pinned in, nowhere to go. Strength and pure heart on Juan Thornhill. 3rd and we'll call it 8.
Yeah, good hard running right there. The Rustburg band was playing the old Herbie Hancock favorite chameleon. Altavista, a bit of a chameleon in that first quarter. Only ran 6 offensive plays, turned it over on 2 of them, which is rare for them. Thornhill's got a team ready on 3rd down. Brown right behind him. They'll give it to Dustin Brown. No, Juan wants to keep it himself. Got to run out of another tackle. Now he's going to escape another one. He can't escape the 3rd. Juan was doing his best to get away from the Red Devils defense, but it got to a point where it's just one too many guys coming after him. Ends up being a loss of 2, and will bring up 4th down. First time the Colonels will have to punt this evening, and it comes with 10:55 to play in the Apple Market second quarter tie ball game here from Rustburg.
Yeah, the Colonels have got to find a way to establish a running game. Either they've got to open up and maybe throw a pass or 2, but they can't continue to rely on just Juan Thornhill. Got to get Dustin involved, got to get Claudel Moon involved.
Well, we figured this was going to be a defensive struggle just because we talked about offense all year from both teams. And the defenders are pretty good, too. Walker Allen had to chase the snap a little bit, but he gets off a pretty good kick. It'll land on the 30-yard line and take a big Colonel bounce. This is going to actually roll down to the 10, covered by Ashton Robinson and Donovan Montague, Clydell Moon. It was who were the first guys down there. Good coverage and a great kick by Walker Allen to really flip the field. Got Rustburg in the shadow of their own goalpost here from the 10-yard line as they'll take over.
Nice 48-yard punt by Walker Allen. Of course, it was aided by a big roll, but it doesn't matter.
If the Altavista Colonel defense can tighten up again, you know, they got the stop on 4th down, and then they turned it back over to the Red Devils. They got a 3-and-out earlier in the game, so overall the defense hasn't really been that bad. Shotgun snap on the way. Loveless will give it to Randall Jones. Jones going right to the middle. He's got some room there. He's across the 20-yard line. This will be enough for a first down. Brought down by Darius Johnson and Navy Jones. Big pickup by Randall Jones and the Rustburg Red Devils.
Yeah, you're going to talk about 12. Nice run. Colonel's looking hands on hips, Kyle. Never a good time.
You know, it's not a good sign. You've never known a Mike Sharnis team to be poorly conditioned. I think they'll get their second win here at some point. Maybe it's just going to take a big play. We'll see. Donovan Montague looks like he wants to rush off that left side for the Colonels. Running play. Loveless going to keep it himself. Destin Brown in the backfield along with big 73 Clay Teagarden. Second time we called his name on defense. Thornhill getting in on the act as well. That'll be a loss of 1 for the Red Devils. And maybe that Colonel defense is starting to tighten up. Good run defense there.
Yeah, of course I said something about them being fatigued and hands on hips and rolling. They make the best play they've made on defense all night long. But
well, maybe you should do it again.
Well, I will. They look tired. They look exhausted.
There's got to be a limit to this, of course. 9:30 to play here in the Apple Market second quarter. 7-7 our score. High ball game now, but everyone's a winner at Apple Market. Go ahead, Oscar.
Of course, Colonel's got to keep their boots on the ground.
They do. Shotgun snap, Loveless. We'll give it to Randall Jones. Jones doesn't have anything there either. He's shut down initially by Demetrius Johnson. And Destin Brown came in, and it looks like number 72, Clay Teagarden, on as well. 73 is Casey McLeese that made that snap. Prior to that, I get those two guys confused. Same body type, and they're only 1 number off, and they're both good players.
Second consecutive play where they notched a loss. 2-yard loss on that play. You know, maybe the fatigue comments are working.
Maybe it is working. Maybe Rustburg is fatigued now. 2 tight ends on each side for the Red Devils. 2 receivers to the left. Loveless looking over the defense. Readies himself for the shotgun snap. Middle of the field. Wants to pass. Now he's going to have to take off and run. Flushed out of the pocket. He's got a beat on that first down marker. Looks like he's got enough. Juan Thornhill hit him waist high. Loveless spun around, and then Destin Brown cleaned him up. Needed to get to the 31-yard line, and he did just get it past that 31-yard line on the quarterback scramble. Don't know if I can call that a defensive breakdown on the Colonels. It's just good heady play by Loveless to take off and run.
I think that was prime option number 1 was to run the ball on that play. It was almost like a quarterback draw.
Yeah, set up the pass and get the Altavista defense backpedaling a little bit. Shotgun snap again. They give it to Jones. Jones going to the middle, and he's got some room. Navy Jones missed the tackle. Juan Thornhill missed the tackle in midfield. Let's see if Mitchie Ballback can run him down. There's a couple people coming behind, including Navy Jones. They run Randall Jones out of bounds, well past the 30-yard line. I think they're going to spot this down around the 20 or the 15. Let's wait and see. Either way, ripped off a big run there. Randall Jones and the Red Devils moving the football again.
Yeah, they looks like they are just spotted on about the 15, Kyle.
Big time run.
52-yard strut.
Wow. Play. Jones had the room initially, and his speed as the ball carrier did the rest. He avoided Navy Jones and Juan Thornhill. Jones stayed with him and eventually was the guy that ran him off out. Shotgun snap on the way again. He'll give it to Jones again. He's going to try right side. He's got a good push from the O-line. Finally dropped. Big gain there, though. We'll call this a pickup of 8 for Mr. Randall Jones. 8 minutes left to be exact now in the first half. 7-7 tie ball game, but the Red Devils are on the move.
They are on the move, and they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage and really push the Cardinals around.
Whistles come out. Let's see what the stoppage and play is about. Neither team looks like they've called a timeout. They are going to send Destin Brown off the field, though. See, they either got some sort of an equipment violation or maybe some blood on the jersey or something. Now he's going to go back. So who knows what this is about. Maybe he just needed to get a new mouthpiece or something, maybe.
He had something on his, I don't know if it was one of those bands on his arm. He threw that threw something to the side.
Yep. Shotgun formation here for the Red Devils from their 8-yard line of Altavista. Lovelace wants to try to sweep. He's in the end zone, diving end over end. There's the signal. Touchdown, Red Devils. Anthony Lovelace has thrown one. Now he has run one from 8 yards out. Gives the Red Devils a 13-7 lead. Extra point on the way. We mention momentum all the time. Got to feel like it's firmly in the corner of the Red Devils now, Oscar.
Yeah, it is. Nice drive. Cardinals had them pinned deep at their own 10-yard line. 7 plays, 90 yards. Rustburg leads, 13-7 plays, extra point.
That's a pretty good drive. Snap is just missed by the holder. Nothing's going to happen. Well, they got a chance to throw in the end zone. They do air it out. Ball is a little bit short on the botched snap. So it's no good. And that could loom large later on as well, the missed extra point. 13-7, Rustburg leads. Anthony Lovelace in the end zone for an 8-yard touchdown. Colonel's going to get the ball back when we come back on 105.5 KD Country.
A short drive will save you money.
That's right. A short drive can save you hundreds, maybe thousands. The absolute best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Have a trade? When you make a deal, Feller Chevrolet will pay it off, no matter how much you owe. Slow credit? Don't worry. Drive away today in your new or pre-owned vehicle. Remember, if you didn't purchase your vehicle from Feller Chevrolet, you paid too much for it.
Feller Chevrolet in Altavista.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Red Devils marching their way down the field here on KDCountry.com. 90-yard drive there, Oscar Briggs. Most of it was on the ground. A lot of it was from Randall Jones. Anthony Lovelace got him in the end zone.
7 plays. 2 of those plays were for losses.
Yeah.
So impressive drive by Rustburg. Starting to pile up, getting gaudy here with the comparison to the yards. 172 yards for Rustburg. Only 17 for the Colonels.
Here comes the kickoff. Rustburg going to try to squib. Whistles come out, though. I think somebody from Rustburg might have been offside. This is going to move them back 5 yards. And let's see if the Altavista defense can get in the rhythm here, get in the flow. 2 early turnovers for the Colonels, as I mentioned. Very uncharacteristic. They got a bunch of games this year where they didn't turn it over at all.
Yeah.
And there is 7:37 to play here in the Apple Market second quarter. Weekly specials that you can hear about all game long at all 3 Altavista area locations. So make sure you hit up Apple Market to make your weekend great, or just at some point this weekend. Here comes the kickoff attempt again. That's going to bounce all the way back to Navy Jones. He'll field it on the 25-yard line. Not a full head of steam, but he's got a little bit of momentum. Spins out of a tackle, racing out of another one. Then he's brought down at the 30-yard line. So not a big return, but not a bad place to start. Tackled by Dante Jones for the Red Devils, I should say. 7:31 to go, and Altavista will take over. Left hash mark from their own 30-yard line.
It's important here for the Colonels to keep the offense on the field, start to get a little bit of a sustained drive. If they're not, hopefully they can score quickly. But anyway, they've got to get some points or either, keep the defense off the field for a little while.
Yeah, and even though it's some of the same players and maybe you're not getting a true rest, but you're mentally getting a rest, I think. You're getting a chance to recover, and you're not back on your heels all night. If anything, you put the Red Devils back on their heels. 4-man defensive line for the Rustburg Red Devils. 4 wide receivers for the Altavista Colonels. 3 of them are to the right. Here comes the handoff to Clydell Moon. Moon is dropped in the backfield, and the football came out. Whistles will get blown, though. Tackle was by number 8 again, Dante Jones, and not much room there to run for Clydell Moon.
No, they're going to mark that about a 2-yard loss, marking the 28-yard line. Rustburg is pinning their ears back and coming after the Colonels now.
Not oftentimes do we say that Altavista has trouble rushing the football against anybody. They had a little trouble in that Gretna game. They're having some serious trouble here tonight. Second as well. Go ahead,
Yeah, same thing we saw at Galax. They were a little bit slow to have the block running the ball.
Good point. Let's see if they can adjust. Thornhill's going to go right on the sweep. Going to have to avoid one tackler. He's got some yards now. Still on his feet over there on the far sideline. Jumped over one guy, then he's brought down close to that sideline. I think he stayed in bounds. He did. Clock continues to run with 6:44 to play here in the first half. Colonels down 13-7. They give Juan about a 7-yard pickup, and it'll bring it and make it 3rd and about 5.5 for the Altavista Colonels. What do you like here in this situation, Alex? Do you like trying to run the option? Maybe you like trying to put the ball in the air. I guess the option you do put it in the air a little bit, but a forward pass, you know what I meant.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see them, obviously, I'd like to see them get a first down, but I think they need to loosen up. I think they need to find a way to throw the ball, maybe do a little rollout with Juan.
One interception on the night for Juan Thornhill. Colonels have also fumbled. Altavista wide receivers talking the play over. They got to hurry a little bit. Rustburg fans pleading to get themselves pumped up and make a little noise here. Juan's going to put Demetrius Johnson in motion. Straight drop back for Juan Thornhill. Now he'll be flushed out of the pocket. It's all about throwing late. Rushes it ahead. He'll have enough for the first down. He's cut down late out there on the sideline. Looks like a couple of Colonels, maybe one of the late hits. But I don't know how late it was because we can't hardly see that far sideline over there. Chains will move, and they'll spot the football at the 45-yard line of Altavista. Good pickup on 3rd down.
Pick up a 10. Nice first down for the Colonels. 5:38 here remaining in the second quarter. Colonels lead Colonels trail 13-7. They haven't trailed much this year, so.
Yeah, I know, it's hard to say. They really haven't trailed much this year. 6-6 down there, Dan River versus Gretna. Terrell Edmonds has a touchdown, and Dion Rosser has a touchdown as well. So I'm sure that game was a lot of fun. We're having a lot of fun here, even though the Colonels trail by 6 at this point. Swing pass, they're looking for Michi Malvac. It was a little bit low, just couldn't find him. Blocking was there, and Michi was open, so this will bring up 2nd and 10. Guess if you got to have an incomplete pass, it's better to have it on 1st down than it is to have it on 3rd down, right?
It is, and we talked about the need for the Colonels to try to open up this offense and establish to be able to get the run going. But seeing Nelson Booz was getting ready to come into the game, but Coach Lee called him back.
Yeah, I think he was going to go in maybe for Darius Johnson, who looked a little tired, like maybe he wanted a breather. They call him back. Darius stays on the field. It's taking a long time to get this play in again. And I think they're going to take a timeout. They knew they were taking too long. They knew Mike Sharns wants to talk it over, and we'll do the same thing. Altavista trailing 13-7 with 5:14 to go here in the first half on 105.5 KD Country.
Man, it's cold in here. What's wrong with your heater?
Well, it used to work pretty good.
Back in the 90s, just call Select Air and get it fixed.
Oh, it'll probably cost a lot of money.
No, it won't, because Donnie will give you a fair price and get it done right the first time.
Maybe I'll call Select Air tomorrow.
No, you will call Select Air today, because it's freezing in here.
Select Air, 841-1580. 841-1580. Online at selectair.webs.com. You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Award-winning high school sports coverage on 105.5 KD Country. This could end up being an award-winning type of game when we're all said and done. Red Devils leading 13-7 right now. Navy Jones took the opening kickoff back to the Altavista Colonels. Since then, it's been pretty much all Rustburg. Anthony Lovelace has thrown a touchdown to Jordan Lawhorn. He's also run a touchdown as well, and both defenses have had a chance to show off a little bit too.
Yeah, they have, and Rustburg really dominated the line of scrimmage so far tonight, but the Colonels are starting to move the ball here. Got a couple of first downs.
Juan Thornhill scrambled for a first down earlier. 2nd and 10 after an incomplete pass. Got Destin Brown to his left. Looks like 2 tight ends for the Altavista Colonels. No, excuse me, just one. Juan wants to throw again. spin move, running out of a tackle. Pump fake. Now he is looking downfield. Caught by Navy Jones on the right sideline. Jones is hit hard right after the catch. Boy, Juan was close to that line of scrimmage, and he got hit hard there as he released it. Nice play by Juan Thornhill. He escaped the initial pressure. Then there was more pressure along the right sideline, but he hung in there just long enough to get rid of it. It's a first down pickup for the Colonels. Nice catch, Navy Jones, too.
Yeah, nice job of Navy getting open. Nice job of Juan keeping engaged and being able to find him. They're going to mark that at the 29-yard line, gain of 26 on that pass play.
Nice improvisation there by Juan Thornhill. And a good job by Navy Jones to know where to go and get open for him on the scramble play. Bunch formation for the Altavista Colonels. Got 4 receivers to the left, just a lineman over there on the right side. Destin Brown, they will throw it, and it's called by Navy Jones. Jones has got some room there in between the numbers and the hash mark. He's dropped on the 20-yard line after the short pass. He's very close to a first down marker. I think they'll end up giving it to him on the quick screen pass.
Yeah, it was a quick screen.
I know. I was caught between screen and swing. Well, that's where you get that. You
absolutely love it.
Yeah, you know I like to make up my own words. I've got Webster on the speed dial. The Colonels keep the change going. Oscar had no answer for that one. First and 10. Colonels will need to get to the 10-yard line of Rustburg to pick up a fresh set of downs.
We talked about the need to open up the offense. That's exactly what the Colonels have done on this drive.
You're right. Mike Sharnis must have had the same thought process as you. Shotgun snap on the way. Looked like Altavista moved early. Could have been left guard right there. But I think the snap count was not communicated clearly. Guys weren't on the same page. So this will bring up first and 15 now. That stops the clock with 3:57 to go. In the Apple Market second quarter, Subway halftime show going to be a good one. We expect to have a halftime guest to interview, which will be a great one.
Yeah. He's a busy guy. Hopefully he'll be able to show up and we'll be able to talk to him.
That's a very good point. Thornhill going to run to his right. Got Destin Brown as the lead blocker. They double-teamed one guy. Thornhill lowers his shoulder, gave a shot, and also took a shot. Hard running right there. Let's see where they finally get Juan. It's about a full 8-yard pickup on the quarterback sweep play from Mr. Thornhill. Stays in bounds, dropped the numbers over there on the far side from us. 3:19 to play. Colonels trail 13-7. Rustburg will get the football at halftime. They won the toss and elected to defer. Red Devils come in at 5-3. Altavista 7-1. Hard to believe the season is really almost done as far as the regular season is concerned. Shotgun formation. Thornhill going to run the bunch again. He wants to roll out to his left and pass. Slow playing a little bit, just kind of jogging. Now he just throws it out of bounds. Enough in the area. Wow, now the flag does come out late. I thought Juan Thornhill got it close enough to meet you, Malbeck. It was clear that Juan was just throwing it away and throwing it out of bounds. I think the back was in the air. He was out of the pocket. Yeah. I think the official's going to talk this over. They did huddle up right there. Let's see.
They're calling intentional grounding.
Yeah, they call intentional grounding on the Altavista Colonels. Now you can hear the crowd from the Altavista side. They don't agree with it either. Juan was well out of the pocket, like you said. And, Michi Malbeck was about, 4 to 5 yards within the area of that ball. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
It's not. He threw it out of bounds. It's not the right call. You know me, I'm going to call it like I said. That is not the right call.
Yeah, you're right. And we hate to do that. Well, we don't hate anything, but we strongly dislike doing that. But, I can't in good conscience agree with the call right there. Anyway, we're moving on, and it makes it 2nd and 13 now after the penalty. I thought intentional grounding was lost of down, too, so that doesn't seem right either, even if it was the right call. Thornhill is passing, and he spent a lot of time in the backfield, telling somebody to go long. He's still got a chance to throw. Spin move, getting away from some tacklers. Brought down finally by Dante Jones. Boy, Juan Thornhill had an eternity there in the Altavista backfield. It was good protection, and the Red Devils also dropped a lot of guys in coverage, too.
Yeah, they did, and it was a nice job by Juan scrambling. It's going to bring up 3rd and 8.
Mike Sharnis signaling the play in. 2:14 to go, and you notice what the Colonels are doing a little bit here, Oscar. They're taking some time. They don't particularly want to give Rustburg the football back or a chance to score before halftime.
And they are in Walker Allen field goal range, which, if they were able to not get a first down, kick a field goal, it would be 13-10.
Yep.
Very manageable.
Short two receivers to each side. Both crowds getting pumped up. 4-man defensive line against the Red Devils. Flag comes out. It might be delay a game again on the Altavista Colonels. It is. Just took too much time. Going to make it 3rd and 12 now. This will back them up 5. Still manageable, particularly when you're talking about the explosive nature of the Altavista Colonels, but not what you want.
That's the 3rd penalty on this drive.
Yeah.
And they can't continue to do that. 2 turnovers, 3 penalties on this drive. Trailing 13-7 with 1:51 here in the second quarter. They can't continue to make these mistakes.
I agree with you. It's really burning the Altavista Colonels here. Had the 2 turnovers early and the penalties as well. Those are 2 things you cannot do if you want to be a good team like Rustburg. Passing situation, Thornhill, slant pass, it got tipped at the line of scrimmage. He was looking for Darius Johnson. Ball's incomplete. Johnson and then a couple Red Devil defenders dove after it, but it fell to the ground, and they will trot out Walker Allen in the field goal unit. Let's see where Walker sets the tee down, then we'll tell you how long it's going to be. It looks like it's going to be about a 40-yard field goal attempt.
And he's got the leg from there. About 43 to 44 is his range. He's gone as far as 45 in practice. This is the edge of his range. He can do it.
He can do it. You're right. Like you said, this would be a long one, but maybe you get a little extra adrenaline in the game going on you don't have in practice. Thornhill gets it on the block. It's a driving kick from Walker Allen, but it ends up being short. He was short a few yards right there. Boy, that got the Rustburg sideline pumped. Good defensive stop for the Red Devils. I think Allen got a pretty good foot on it. He really did drove it. You could actually hear the football when his foot hit it. So I think he caught it pretty good. He just was a little short. He may have caught it a little, not the best spot.
He caught it a little low and a little bit of trouble getting the ball spun where the laces were away, but nice job on the put down. It threw his timing off a little bit. He did get it a little low. It was probably 3 to 4 yards short.
Yep. Red Devils will take over. Got a full minute 42 to go to basically the length of the field. They take over the 20-yard line. Lovelace, the quarterback, he's got Jones with him. He wants to run the sweep outside. Jones, the lead blocker for him. Lovelace just drops right at the line of scrimmage. Good solo tackle, and it's Destin Brown on the stop right there. Red Devils have their full complement of timeouts. Altavista has used 1. Both teams going to let this clock continue to roll. 1:25 to play here in the first quarter. Or excuse me, in the first half. I'm sorry, second quarter.
And from the Altavista perspective, this is one of the, and I don't want to take anything away from Rustburg. Rustburg's played very well, but one of the sloppier halves for the Colonels here this year.
Yeah, I agree with you. I know what you're getting. I mean, the 2 turnovers and then the penalties as well. And Rustburg is good, so you can't give them any extra chances. Randall Jones trying the left side there, running behind left guard and tackle. He'll get stopped well short of the first down, so this will bring up 3rd and 5. This clock's going to continue to run. Red Devils don't want to take a timeout and give Altavista a chance, to get the football back. And Altavista doesn't want to take a timeout and have the Red Devils end up picking up the first down, right?
Right. That's exactly right.
13-7. Rustburg leads. Clock will be under 35 seconds when this ball is finally snapped for the Red Devils here. 3rd and 5, middle of the field. Hands it to Randall Jones. Jones, not a whole lot there. He does run out of a tackle, runs out of another tackle. Now he's finally dropped. I think he's got enough for the first down. Demetrius Johnson in on the stop. I think he's got enough. Clock will stop here as they take a look at it. 29.5 to play in the first half.
And it is a first down. Clock will run once they set the chain. Elliott is coming off the field for the Colonels limping.
Yeah.
That's not good for the Colonels.
No, he's one of their key linemen, both offensively and defensively. Referee does wind the clock to start it back up. 25 seconds now, probably under 20 seconds when the Red Devils snap this one. 2 receivers to the left. They'll scrimmage from the middle of the field with a fresh set of downs. Lovelace faked it. Now he's going to keep it himself. Got some room up the middle. Thornhill in on the stop. That was Destin Brown. Michi Malbeck got in there as well. Demetrius Johnson to the clock now under 10. 6 seconds. 5 seconds. It looks like nobody's going to stop the clock, and we're headed to halftime. Rustburg is sporting a 6-point lead. Easy for me to say. But when this game gets exciting, sometimes it's hard to talk. Altavista trails 13-7. Back with the Subway halftime show in just a moment on 105.5 KD Country.
This week's specials from your Apple Market's convenience stores. Warm up with any size coffee or cappuccino for just 99 cents. And Little Debbie Honey Buns get 2 for 89 cents. 24-pack of Pepsi, special price now $6.99 at Apple Market locations, Riverside, Gateway, and Main Street in Altavista. Visit your Apple Markets convenience store soon. They help bring you Altavista football. Show them some love.
In the past century, our community has grown, and Finch & Finch Funeral and Cremation Service has grown too, alongside the families they've known for so long. Finch & Finch is proud to have served you over 100 years. A family business, Finch & Finch Funeral and Cremation Service, dedicated to your service.
Finch & Finch Funeral Homes. We're here because we care.
Don't you think it's time that your business account made you money? I'm Marion Marshall with First National Bank, and we've introduced a small business interest checking account that earns your business interest. That's right, interest. So for a progressive small business checking account, come to First National Bank today. We'll show how your business account will earn interest, and we'll provide you with an extraordinary customer experience. First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway halftime show on 105.5 KD Country. Colonels trail at halftime 13-7. They haven't trailed much this year at all, Oscar, and I'm pretty sure they haven't trailed at halftime. 0-0 game up there at Appomattox at halftime. I think this might be the first time the Colonels have trailed at halftime. Probably got to change things a little bit as far as your mental perspective goes, I would think.
I think it does, and of course we talk about, Colonels winning the coin toss. Rustburg will get the ball here in the second half first. So, interesting predicament. Colonels haven't found themselves in this year. We talked about the importance, and this would be a character builder for either team or both teams, and with the competition on the field, and it's played out that way. Colonels again trail 13-7 here.
Halftime. Sorry, certainly has been a very fun and competitive football game. Let's recap it, then we'll analyze it a bit. Navy Jones ran the opening kickoff back for the Altavista Colonels. That's been their only scoring. Walk around connected on the extra point, obviously. Red Devils scored 13 unanswered, a passing play from Lovelace to Jordan Lawhorn. Then the Red Devils went on a very long drive that featured a 50-some-odd yard Randall Jones run, and then Anthony Lovelace got him in the end zone on the ground from 8 yards out. That's 13-7 there. They had a botch snap on one of their extra points. Other than that, what else do we need to mention? Probably the turnovers from the Altavista Colonels, an interception, and also a fumble. Some penalties that really hurt the Colonels as well. And, you hit the nail on the head. Not taking anything away from Rustburg, but the turnovers are certainly uncharacteristic of the Altavista Colonels. And I know that Altavista has had penalties this year, but they have been getting better with that. So I'm going to call that uncharacteristic as well. And I said it. You can't give a good football team extra chances, and the Colonels have done that.
Yeah, they have, and that's a valid point. We look at yardage in the first quarter. It was really obscene, the disparity in the yardage. And at halftime here it is 183 total for Rustburg and only 81 for the Colonels. And time of possession's been huge domination by Rustburg.
Yeah, Rustburg is a ground-oriented football team. They run from the shotgun with a couple receivers and a couple tight ends. But they keep it on the ground primarily. When you got two fantastic running backs, Anthony Lovelace is a quarterback, but make no mistake about it, he's really a running back first. I know he threw a touchdown as well. Talk about the touch he put on that touchdown. But he's a hard runner. And then you got a guy like Randall Jones who's probably racked up, umpteen thousand yards in his career. He's finally a senior, which I know that makes everybody in the Seminole District happy that he won't be terrorizing the gridirons around here anymore, somewhere else. But, Rustburg's done a great job rushing the football, and their offensive line really did some bullying around of the Altavista Colonels. So we'll see how it plays out in the second half. We'll talk about those second half adjustments and et cetera and what have you when we come back on the Subway halftime show. Subway, eat fresh at both locations in Altavista. Walmart on the Clarion Road, and then, of course, on Main Street. You can never go wrong with Subway. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. Heck, dessert's even good, too, with the cookies. Strawberry cheesecake, my personal favorite, Oscar. Make a mental note of that for my birthday. Time out here. Subway halftime show. Colonels Trail 13-7 on 105.5 KD Country.
You can buy paint from any old yahoo who knows nothing about paint in one of those big box stores. for quality paint from people who really know paint? It's Davis Paints from your complete home center, English's. Davis Paints, which has been known for quality since 1921, is not just sold anywhere. Visit the new paint room at English's, your authorized Davis Paint dealer.
English's is your complete home center.
On North Main Street, Altavista.
Try a variety of lunch specials priced under $4 at El Cazador Restaurant. The people that brought the first Mexican food to the area 13 years ago and still going strong 7 days a week. Come by for Mexican or American food, all reasonably priced with drink specials and great service too. Voted best Mexican restaurant by you, their customers. El Cazador Mexican Restaurant, Main Street in Altavista. El Cazador Mexican Restaurant thanks you for your loyalty and your business.
Apple Auto Glass is your windshield repair and replacement center in Lynchburg. You get a free car wash with all windshields replaced in the shop. Apple Auto Glass wants the fans to enjoy the boys of fall this high school football season.
When I feel that chill, smell that fresh cut grass, I'm back in my helmet, cleats, and shoulder pad. Kings of the school, man, where the boys of fall.
Apple Auto Glass salutes the boys of fall.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway halftime show. Subway, eat fresh, eat early, eat often. Can't go wrong with anything over there at Subway, whether you're on a diet or you're not. It's perfect for all makes and models. And right now, the Colonels, they haven't been perfect, but they're still very much in the ball game. They trail by 6, 13-7 to the Rustburg Red Devils on the road up here in Rustburg. And, hey, how about all the other exciting stuff on KD Country? You know, Fridays are reserved for football, but Thursdays reserved for the KD Country Dollar Saver. Half-price deal every week, things like food, family activities, massages, stuff for your car, stuff for your house, all kinds of stuff. And they all go on sale every Thursday at 10 a.m. They're in limited supply. So you got to make sure that KDCountryDollarSaver.com is part of your daily routine. You can get there, of course, from the KDCountry.com website. And I'll tell you, when you're sitting there listening to the game at KDCountry.com on your internet browser, you just swing on by KD Country Dollar Saver and see what's going on. London Salt Spa is a current deal of the week, Oscar. I know that's kind of one of those trendy, hip things that everybody's doing nowadays. What you got?
No, I'm surprised that you knew that.
Hey, you're a knowledgeable guy, you know.
Yeah,
I go on the Dollar Saver.
Yeah, that's it's like $66.50 or $67 or something. It's a great deal.
Yeah.
And I think it's good for up to 8 people. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it is a group. It is a group thing. Yeah, you're right. And forgive us if we're leaving out some of the details. But again, that's why you got to go to KDCountryDollarSaver.com. Still a bunch of great stuff on there. I think there's some food stuff left on there as well. Like I said, it's a different deal every week. Limited supply. Some go faster than others, obviously. But you still got a chance to get in on some great stuff. I mentioned it. Colonel's still very much in this ball game. I mean, you think about it. To turn it over twice against a very good Rustburg team and make the mistakes that they've made as far as penalties go, all things considered, not necessarily bad to be down 6.
Yeah, you make a really valid point. Let me write that down on this date and time to comment about
but November 1st,
time of possession less than probably 5 minutes for the Colonels out of the 24. 2 turnovers, 25 yards in penalties, and you're only trailing by less than a touchdown. I mean, you buy a touchdown without an extra point. I think you take it.
Yeah, I think all things considered, Coach Sharness and his staff, in their discussions, that probably came up of, hey, it could be a lot worse. We could be down 2-3 scores here. So we're in good shape. We got to make some adjustments, and I think the Colonels have got to find a way to slow down Rustburg's running game and particularly slow down that offensive line from Rustburg. I know we've seen the bigger guys like Casey McLeese and Clay Teagard more on the D-line for the Altavista Colonels, but I wonder if there's some other things they could do, Oscar.
The Colonels have done a good job getting them into a 3rd and 5 situation, 3rd and 6 situation, but Rustburg's been able to pick up those 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6s with a different, quarterback draw, an option play, and they've just done a good job controlling the line of scrimmage when they've had to.
Yeah, they have, and maybe it's a situation where the Colonels, I don't know, maybe they bring some more linebackers on blitzes, run some stunts, some games, that kind of thing up front. You got to believe Juan Thornhill's going to do his best to stop their running game. He's going to try and be in that Rustburg backfield every chance that he can get. And I have a feeling he will be a factor in the second half.
Well, he will, but again, I'm going to go back to a statement I made earlier in the game, is they've got to get Claudel Moon and Destin involved. It can't be all one.
Yeah.
Get them running the ball hard, picking up 3 or 4 yards. That certainly loosens up that defense and allows Juan, I think, to be more effective.
Yeah, Thornhill, he's had his magical moments tonight. He always does. I mean, Thornhill's a guy that falls firmly in that category of you can't stop him, you can only hope to contain him. But you do have to tip your cap to the Red Devils a little bit. They have done a nice job containing Juan. Well, he's busted loose a few times, but it's probably not the vintage Juan Thornhill that the Altavista fans are used to. That being said, we got a whole other half of football to play, and, good players don't just play one half. They play the entire game, and I'm sure the Altavista Colonel team is going to fall into that same boat. Let's take another timeout on the Subway Halftime Show. Rustburg leading 13-7 over the Altavista Colonels. You're hearing it all at kdcountry.com or 105.5.
Stay cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, on the ready to keep you comfortable year-round. Locally owned and operated, just a call away, with over 20 years experience. Licensed and bonded. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, specializing in heating, air, plumbing, and electrical. Any season, anytime. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Give them a call today. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, Gretna.
High school athletics builds character, teaches teamwork, and provides a solid foundation for life. PCM Industrial Services recognizes the importance of high school athletics by sponsoring this sports broadcast for your enjoyment. PCM Industrial Services encourages everyone to come on out and watch the game. It's a great time for the whole family. Cheer on the Colonels. PCM Industrial Services, the industrial maintenance and construction specialists, serving the Mid-Atlantic region with quality craftsmen since 1986. Good luck, Colonels. English Construction Company has been in the building business since 1932, so it's only natural that they appreciate the building process. They recognize the fact that organized sports programs build character as well as bodies and minds. They know that high school sports build our youth into more well-rounded and more productive adults. English Construction Company is proud to be a sponsor of high school sports and salute all athletes, coaches, and teachers. A word of praise and encouragement from English Construction Company with offices in Lynchburg, Virginia.
This week's specials from your Apple Market's convenience stores. Warm up with any size coffee or cappuccino for just 99 cents. And Little Debbie Honey Buns get 2 for 89 cents. 24-pack of Pepsi, special price now $6.99 at Apple Market locations Riverside, Gateway, and Main Street in Altavista. Visit your Apple Market's convenience store soon. They help bring you Altavista football. Show them some love. You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway Halftime Show returns here from Rustburg High School. It's the Rustburg High School cheerleaders, and there was more people involved than just that. They did a nice thing for breast cancer awareness here, releasing some pink balloons. And it is November, but hey, we need awareness all year round. No way, you can't do it now. And I know the Red Devils had homecoming last week, and maybe they didn't want to do it then, and maybe they were on the road the previous weeks in October, so not a problem doing it here tonight.
Yeah, that's right. And we thought we were going to have a special guest here at halftime. I was able to talk to him before the game. We thought Mr. Anthony Poindexter is in the house tonight, former JF standout, consensus All-American at UVA, and Baltimore Raven for a while. Is here doing some recruiting work. Good to see him. Anthony still looks like he could strap him on and play. Yeah, not as big as he was quite when he left UVA as a player, but he is up there coaching now, and he's made his mark there and continues to be a positive force in this area for the kids.
Yeah, he's a guy that's around a lot, and this is his recruiting area. Each of those assistant coaches has an area, and when you got a name like Anthony Poindexter, local guy from JF, why wouldn't you make this his territory. And then certainly, most of these teams have some players who you got to feel like could make an impact up there at Charlottesville. I'm sure there's one or two of the UVA fans that might be listening. I won't name any names, but they're wondering if there's anybody on this field that can make an impact tomorrow, because Cavaliers struggling a little bit this year. Now, I know they're one of the youngest teams in the country.
They're going to have their hands full with the Tigers coming to town.
Yeah. There's just the ACC is getting back to that. Seems like that vintage area where you remember back in the '90s there when it was like FSU every year. Well, go figure. The Seminoles are good again. The Hurricanes are good again. You mentioned Clemson. It's just a lot of good football getting played. And I know Coach Mike London's got everybody going in the right direction, and Anthony Poindexter is a big part of that. What an outstanding player he was. Maybe he'll make his way up here late, Oscar. He's the kind of guy, he's going to stay true to his word. Maybe he'll get up here post-game or something. He's a busy guy.
He is a busy guy. And, not only is he here, he was at one of the area schools today and spent some time there. And, of course, when he does get down in this area, which is during football season is not as often as I'm sure he'd like to, he runs into a ton of people that know him, a ton of people that had an influence on his life. And, it's great to watch him interact and remember where he came from. And, he's always been a great guy. And for the people that didn't get to see Anthony play when he was in college,
you missed out.
That's an understatement. He was as hard-hitting a kid as I think has ever played in the ACC.
Oh, I think you're right. If you make an all-ACC team,
I think you're right. I think he's certainly, if you do top defensive players of all time in the ACC, he's on that team.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
Well, let's tell some Poindexter stories while we got a minute here. About 3 or 4 or 5 minutes left in halftime here. Colonels actually haven't got back out on the field yet. Rustburg doing some of their stretches. We were talking about a guy who, as a true freshman, went up there to UVA, and the Cavaliers had some experienced players in the secondary, but he was just too good to keep off the field. They put him at outside linebacker. You're talking about an undersized guy, but he was just that good of a player. Ended up being an outstanding safety. And you want some more stories? Let me tell you this story about back in the day. Poindexter also a very good baseball player, Mr. Briggs. And on that American Legion team, I believe that was Bedford Post 54 back then. But you had Poindexter. You had Brandon Inge running around out there at shortstop. Then you had Ryan Gilliland playing second base, who went on to become the all-time RBI leader at UVA. So you had those Muncher brothers from Brookville as well. You're talking about a pretty doggone good baseball team when you can run out 2, 3, 4 professional athletes on the same diamond. I mean, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, it is neat. And, Anthony, consensus All-American his junior year. And flew out of me his senior year. Isn't that right?
Yes, that is,
I'm getting old, so my memory's fading. But he was projected before his knee injury to go early in the first round. His stock dropped a little bit with that knee injury. Never quite developed to the pro level that we thought. He was a great special teams player for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Actually got in to play some defense, but just never fully recovered from that knee injury.
Yeah, got the ring with the Baltimore Ravens when they won their first Super Bowl back in the day there. But yeah, the knee injury just really, it was a different time then too. Now it seems like, hey, guys blow out their ACL every day and they're back in like 6 months. Well, back in that day, 10, 12, 13 years ago, whenever that was, it was more like 50-50 on whether you were really going to come back from that ACL full strength. It's not anything he could do. It's just, it's one of those deals, where sometimes your body's just never the same. And he definitely put together a solid pro career, and I think he's really enjoying what he's doing in the coaching game now, staying with it. And he is a very good football coach. And we talked about he's got this area recruiting. He's a guy that's still got the name recognition and the staying power. I mean, none of these kids obviously got to see him play much. Maybe they look up something on YouTube or find a game tape somewhere or something. But they still know who he is. Well, all their parents talk about him, and coaches talk about him in practice, all that stuff. They still know, hey, when this guy walks through the doors of the school to recruit you, you better fly right and pay attention, because you're talking about one of the all-time great football players in this area.
Well, let's not underestimate. We'll talk about all-time great football players, all-time great kid in this area too.
Exactly.
I mean, he was above board. walked the line, great grade.
Yeah.
You know, just a class act.
Yeah, really nice guy. Brother John was the same way, and a great athlete in his own right. Let's transition here to these great athletes that are roaming around on the gridiron right now. Altavista Colonels are back out warming up, doing some stretching here. This will conclude the Subway halftime show, but we'll just keep it here because I think kickoff is going to be in just a few moments. Talked about some potential adjustments that the Colonels could make. Maybe throwing the ball a bit more, adjustments on the O-line, the D-line, a lot of stuff going on. I think the Colonels still feel pretty confident here. Like I said, they haven't been down at halftime much in recent memory. I don't think there's anybody that was hitting the panic button in that locker room, Oscar.
No, I agree. And I saw Coach Stevens down with talking to Juan Thornhill. And Coach Stevens, quite a player in his own right, big Gretna back in the day. And he was working with Juan. And Coach Stevens, along with Coach Lee, are the two motivational leaders on the team. And when the players are down a little bit, those are the two guys that get in their head and work with them a little bit. So I think you'll see a little bit different half here in a second.
I think so. I think we're going to see the Colonels come out and play some inspired football. I mentioned Dan River and Gretna. Oscar had to correct me. That game is at Gretna. I was in Pennsylvania County, but it was not at Dan River. It's at Gretna, according to Oscar. And Dan River leads 14-7 at the half. Terrell Edmonds has run a touchdown. He has also thrown a touchdown on the halfback pass. So exciting stuff down there. If Dan River could win that game, you really got kind of a logjam back at first place. I know the district title doesn't have the same meaning it used to, but I think it still means something.
Sure it does, and that's the triumvirate there. You've got Dan River who lost to Altavista, Altavista who lost to Gretna, and you'll end up Gretna who lost to Dan River if that score holds.
Right.
And Rosser's beat up. I talked to the players, and he ran the ball, but a ton at Blacksburg. But here we go.
Short kick from Walker. Allen going to land on about the 20-yard line. Fielded in the air by number 16. That is Miguel Trejo. Trejo working his way ahead to the 37-yard line. Dropped by Demetrius Johnson. Also, it looked like Michi Malbeck and Ty Woodruff, number 9, in on the stop as well for the Altavista Colonels.
A name that we didn't call in the first half a lot was Dante Poindexter.
Yeah.
I'm looking for him now. He is out on the field, but they ran him off several defensive series. I don't know if he's nicked up a little bit, but he is out on the field now, and look for Dante to be a force here in the second half.
Very good point. Dante Poindexter is usually a guy, by the time the first half is done, we've called his name about 3 or 4 times for being in the other team's backfield. They'll give it to Randall Jones, and how about that for a prediction? Dante Poindexter is in the other team's backfield. Loss of 3 there. Dante Poindexter came in unblocked, hit Jones right around the waist, and really brought him down with some authority, too.
Well, he really blew that play up. He was down low, blew by the offensive tackle, and got by the fullback and made a great play.
Yeah, Dante Poindexter listed 5'9", 215, so he's not the biggest guy in the world. Right there, so you find many 215-pounders there as quick as him and play as low as he does. Lovelace wants to take the quarterback sweep outside. Michi Malbeck hits him hard low, and then he gets cleaned up. Helmet came flying off for Lovelace. Darius Johnson hit him in the process, too. He gained about a yard or two, got close to the original line of scrimmage, but a good stop right there by the Colonel.
And somebody from the Altavista side here is a little bit upset that there was a hold not called against Johnson, and they're absolutely right. Had a hold of his jersey, spun him around, but Johnson still had to get on the play after Michi got in and made the wood. So,
well, Johnson didn't get off the line like he wanted to because of the hold. He just said, we'll do it live, and he came in there and cleaned up Lovelace after Michi Malbeck made the initial stop. 3rd and 10 here for the Red Devils. Left hash mark, 38-yard line. Low snap. It was collected. He gives it to Randall Jones. Jones started up the middle left side. Now he is hit hard by Juan Thornhill. Boy, maybe tackling was the point of emphasis in the locker room, Oscar. We've seen 3 very, very solid tackles there on 3 consecutive plays.
Yeah, it's going to be a 3 and out here for Rustburg. Nice job by the Colonels on this opening drive or opening possession by Rustburg, stopping them for a 3 and out. 10-14, clock continues to run here in the third quarter. Colonels trail 13-7.
Solo takedown by Dante Poindexter on first down. Then Darius Johnson and Michi Malbeck did the work on second down. Juan Thornhill with a solo tackle on third down. Michi Malbeck looking to field this punt, but he's going to get away from it. Nice bounce by Rustburg. Going to end up pulling out of bounds right at the 25-yard line. Michi didn't have a whole lot in the way of blocking either, so probably wise just to get away from that punt. 9:45 to play in the Apple Market third quarter. 13-7 Rustburg leads. Apple Market is a proud supporter of high school sports and high school sports fans everywhere. Colonels will take over first possession of the second half after a nice 3-and-out by the defense. Thornhill has 3 wide receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Looks like Destin Brown in the backfield with him to his right as well. Shotgun snap. He gives it to Brown. No, it's Clydell Moon, number 2, spinning around. Got some nice yards there. Hit hard by a host of Red Devil defenders. Thacker in on it. Looked like Dante Jones in on it as well.
Looks like they're marked at about the 30. No, they're not. They're going to walk the... Yeah, I think that's the 28. It's hard to tell. The line, it's hard to tell.
Our vantage point, not the best in the world up here. We're a little bit lower than normal. We do have our own press box, though, which is nice for Oscar and I. It's the Kyle Haney Memorial Press. That's Memorial Press box. I'm not even going to go there. I'm going to leave that alone. Swing pass. Michi Malbeck can't handle it. Had it in his hands initially. I think Thornhill had to get rid of it a little quicker than he wanted to, but Michi just couldn't hold on. It'll bring up 3rd and 9. Red Devils looking for a 3-and-out of their own. Let's see if the Altavista Colonels can respond here. Their first challenge offensively of the evening. Thornhill getting the play from the sideline. Moon going to stay in the backfield with him, it looks like. Altavista O-line getting the direction from Juan Thornhill as he comes and shares the play call with everybody. 9:14 to play in the Apple Market third quarter. 13-7, it's a Red Devil lead. Colonels will scrimmage on 3rd down from the far hash mark from us. They're going right to left on your radio dial. Thornhill wants to pass, look left, now he's looking right. High pass was pulled in by Demetrius Johnson. Great job by Johnson getting up. We know he's got the size and the leaping ability. Had to show it off right there. Great grab over there on the right sideline. Looks like it's going to be enough for an Altavista first down.
And Colonel set up left on that play, and Juan never looked this way. That absolutely throws Rustburg's secondary. Nice little dart thrown by Juan to Johnson. Johnson had to elevate to get it, but nice job. Caught it with his hands and brought it down, first down Colonel.
Yeah, heady play. I mean, I think Juan wanted to go to Demetrius the whole time, but he caught the shotgun snap, stared left initially, and then just turned and threw a strike, albeit a bit of a high strike, but a strike to Demetrius Johnson. Trips formation again. Juan Thornhill's going to run this time. Cuts it back up the middle. Not a whole lot there. Stopped by number 72, Tyler Dudley for the Rustburg Red Devils. Short gain, maybe a half a yard. Maybe a full yard, depending on how long your steps are, I guess. Oscar Briggs is so good on the golf course, he tells his caddy to give him yardages by the half yard. That way he knows exactly how much to take off.
Yeah, I've got a Curtis Strange story if we ever get to that. Have a long delay, I'll give you Curtis Strange.
Curtis Strange, one of the greatest professional athletes from Virginia, of course. But probably not the greatest golfer. Sam Steve was pretty good. Thornhill taking a little bit of time here, getting the play set. Michi Malbeck ran off the field, I think, to get some extra advice. Flag's going to come out. Looks like the Colonels have taken too much time again. I don't want to call this an epidemic now, Oscar, but Colonels have been flagged for delay of game. I think that's 3 times tonight, and that's just 3 too many, I think, for most football coaches.
That is the 3rd time that that's happened tonight, and Coach Sharnes was over here on the side talking to Michi, wanted to start the play until that got going.
Well, you got to get the play right. I mean, maybe there's something to be said for having the play right rather than rushing and getting the play wrong. I don't know. 8:20 to play in the third quarter. A little bit of a high snap. Juan's going to keep it. Faked it to Destin Brown initially. Not a whole lot there. I think the high snap threw off Juan's timing just a little bit. Red Devils in the backfield. This will go as a loss of about 1, so we'll call it 3rd and 16 after the penalty and then the loss of yards there.
It's evident here that Rustburg has made the determination. They're not going to let Juan Thornhill beat them.
I agree. I think you're right. I think they're keying on Juan Thornhill. I think particularly they're just keying on the run in general. 3 wide receivers to the left for Thornhill. He's got 1 wide receiver to the right. That's Demetrius Johnson again. Thornhill giving the extra attention to the O-line there. Now he'll back up in the shotgun formation. Here comes the snap. Waist high. Juan will roll left. Look at deep. He's going to get flushed out of the pocket. Can't run away from the tackle as he is tripped up. Big roar from the Rustburg sideline. And it's a nice stop by Jordan Lawhorn, the man that caught the touchdown pass earlier. No, excuse me, it's Will Morris on the stop, number 88. Goes as a big loss for the Altavista Colonels. This brings up 4th as Oscar would say, a bus ride. We'll call it 4th and 30. Colonel's going to have to punt. Walker Allen's going to have his heels on the goal line when he kicks it away.
Yeah, usually we've seen Juan break away from that. Nice job by Morris grabbing Juan and bringing him down solo. Loss of 17 on the play. And you're right, that pins the Colonel's back. Walker Allen on the only goal line.
Morris, a tall, rangy kid. He didn't have a whole lot of Juan Thornhill, but he had enough of them. Good snap to Allen, not much of a rush. He gets a high kick away. Good move right here. Fair caught on the 45-yard line of Altavista by number 10, Brent Thacker. Smart play right there by him. Altavista did have good coverage. Number 72, Clay Teagard, was down there in a hurry after the long snap.
6:46, Kyle, remaining here in the third quarter. Colonel's trail 13-7.
It was good coverage, but still good starting field position. Red Devils have gone with 2 tight ends and 2 receivers all night. 2 backs in the backfield. One of them is the quarterback, Anthony Lovelace. One of them is Randall Jones. Don't think either of those 2 guys have come off the field, at least not on offense anyway. Passing play. Lovelace. A little bit of a low throw. He was looking for Will Morris. Morris couldn't hang on. Did get his hands on it. It was just too low to catch that ball in stride. Clydell Moon would have been there on the coverage. 6:42 to play in the Apple Market third quarter.
Yeah, nice job. Nice coverage. Nicely designed play. Ball was just a little bit low. Like you said, it wouldn't have been a big gain if he would have completed that pass.
Will Morris, one of those tight ends. He's a tight end over here on the right side. Shotgun snap on the way again. They're going to hand it to Randall Jones. Jones right up the middle. Pinballing off some guys. Clydell Moon had his hands on him. Couldn't quite pull him in. Number 55, Wayne Short, in on the stop, along with the 2 Johnson brothers. Haven't seen the Johnson brothers meet up in the backfield yet in this game. Got a feeling when they do, it'll end up being a big play for the Altavista Colonels. Colonels might need a big play here. 3rd and 5. From their 40-yard line, Rustburg trying to put together a drive again. 1 wide receiver to each side for Lovelace. He's going to run left. Cuts it back up the middle. Nothing there. Destin Brown was there. With a big stop. Demetrius Johnson came in behind. Great tackle right there. Brown hit him up around the shoulder pad, and Lovelace had nowhere to go after that.
Nice job by the Colonels on that play. Brings up 4th, and we'll call it 5. They're at the 40-yard line.
Looked like Rustburg considered going for it. They're not. Brent Thacker will drop back in a kicking formation there. Big time stop by the Altavista Colonel defense. Another 3 and out right there by the Altavista defense. Wow. Maybe Coach Mike Revis' squad, the defensive unit, has made some serious adjustments. They're looking pretty stout here. Middle stages of the third quarter, 5.5 minutes to play in the third quarter to be exact. Snap is a little low to Thacker, but he gets it away. Decent boot. It's the second of the night. Michi Malbeck will fit on the bounce. Mishandled it initially. Nothing there after Malbeck bobbled it. I know he was itching to get a return in, and he thought he could field that ball on the bounce, but then the bobble just threw the timing off. And let's see where they finally spot this one. It looks like it's going to be down around the Altavista 7-yard line. Yeah, it is. We'll call it even the 6-yard line, I think, now that I look at it. Colonel's got to be careful here in this situation. You can't lose yards when you're backed up like this.
The 5:14, and the Colonels have, this has been a defensive battle here in the third quarter. Not much offense from either team. And the Colonels really, really look out of sorts.
Yeah, they're taking a long time to get every play in now. Not just the ones that they, got the delay game penalties on. Formations, it looks like they're trying to get straight. Demetrius Johnson lines up as a wing right there off left tackle. Here comes the shotgun snap to Thornhill. Fakes it, he'll keep it himself. Small pickup. He's dropped by a few Red Devil players. See what kind of yardage they give Mr. Thornhill. Clock's going to be under 5 minutes now as we speak. 13-7, Red Devils lead in the Apple Market third quarter. Speaking of 3 great locations in Altavista. They're going to call it a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, they are going to call that. So they're going to call it a 1-yard loss, bring up 2nd and 11. Colonel's pinned deep here. The clock continues to run under 5 minutes now. They have got to find a way to start moving the ball.
Yeah, got to be careful with the play calling. Rustburg looks like they're itching the blitz. Here comes a shotgun snap. One will turn around and give it to Clydell Moon. Moon throwing some guys away from him with the stiff arm. Moon's across the 40. He's across the 50. Let's see if anybody can catch Clydell Moon across the 30. Now the 20. He is running caught from behind. Clydell Moon got him out of the shadow of their own goal post. big-time run right there. I don't think you or I really saw that one coming.
No, we didn't just broke it. And let's face it, we talked about Claudel not supposed to be the foot on the Altavista team. But Rustburg, he had some athletes to pursue on him. I thought for a minute he was going to be able to hold him off. But great run by Claudel. They're going to mark that down at the 15-yard line.
Wow. Big-time rushing play there by Claudel Moon. Great blocking up front because, like I said, we didn't really see it coming. All of a sudden, a hole appeared, and Claudel Moon came charging through it. Red Devils weren't ready for it. He was finally run down by number 20, Cam Scott. Touchdown saving tackle there by Scott. Let's see if it holds up.
So gain of 77 on that play.
We've seen some fantastic stuff tonight. It's not even over yet. 3 wide receivers to Juan's right. He's going to run it right up the gut. Breaks out to the right a little bit. Hit hard again by the linebacking crew from Rustburg. And also big number 77, Brandon Tweedy, was there as well.
Yeah, nice play by Juan.
Yeah, R.J. Hamlet, I think, was the guy that initially hit him.
They picked up 2 on that play.
Hard running in the middle by Thornhill. 3:34 to play in the Apple Market third quarter. 13-7. Rustburg leads. No scoring so far here in the third quarter. Altavista defense has put together a couple 3-and-out. Here comes second down. Thornhill bobbles the snap. He's going to have to take off on his own, but he's got some room. Headed to the end zone. He's close, Oscar. They're going to mark him just short. They're going to spot this on about the 1-yard line. Thornhill snapped in his hands and went to the ground. He immediately scooped it right back up and then went away from the blocking scheme.
And that was all Juan Thornhill.
Yeah, exactly. There was nobody over there blocking for him on the left side. The play was designed to go right, but Juan had to just because that's where the ball went.
And again, they've wound the clock. The play clock's in now. They're under 20 seconds. Again, we don't have the visible play clock here. But the Colonel's very slow, very deliberate with his play development.
Yep, Colonels are going to snap this from their own 1-yard line. They got to be careful on the time again, though. O-line is set now. Thornhill looks like he's ready for the signals. Here we go. Shotgun snap. They'll give it to Destin Brown. Brown behind, pulling guard, touchdown. Axton Robinson straight away for him on the full, and the rest of the O-line wasn't bad either. Destin Brown in from 1 yard out. That ties this ball game up. Colonels have a chance to take the lead after the Walker Allen extra point. What a drive. Vidal Moon did a lot of it, but I'll tell you, Thornhill did a lot too, and that offensive line looks like they're getting themselves together as well, Oscar.
Well, they are, and nice, huge run by Claudel Moon, picking up 77 on that one play. Big extra point here.
Good snap, good hold, kick is up, and what a moving kick. This one might land on the baseball field. Walker Allen, no doubter right there. 14-13. Colonels retake the lead. We're back in just a second on 105.5 KD Country.
That's right. A short drive can...
A short drive will save you money.
That's right. A short drive can save you hundreds, maybe thousands. The absolute best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Have a trade? When you make a deal, Feller Chevrolet will pay it off, no matter how much you owe. Slow credit? Don't worry. Drive away today in your new or pre-owned vehicle. Remember, if you didn't purchase your vehicle from Feller Chevrolet, you paid too much for it.
Feller Chevrolet in Altavista.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Well, we knew it was going to be fun. Altavista with a 14-13 lead. Oscar, I don't know if we knew it was going to be this much fun. This one has provided all we wanted and more.
Well, we knew it was going to be. We knew this had the potential to be a good ball game.
Yeah.
On paper, it looked like an even matchup. Let's face it, the Colonels did not play well the first half and did not start the third quarter very well. Rustburg, I'll give credit to the Colonels defense. They did blow up here in the third quarter.
They did. 2 3-and-outs so far.
And really, the offense was 3-and-outs until this big play by Claudel Moon.
Yeah, defenses were showcasing themselves in the third quarter. Claudel Moon bust loose for a 70-yard run. That sets up a 1-yard Destin Brown touchdown run. Walker Allen didn't catch this football well as he kicked it out of bounds. Penalty's going to put Rustburg on the 35-yard line. Man, this is just, talk about the atmosphere. Both crowds are into it. You can hear the chants from both sides. It's just good high school football. This is a game that we've missed for a long time as these two teams have not played in a while, but this is something that needed to happen for a while. Rustburg's actually going to make Altavista re-kick it. You do have that option when the ball goes out of bounds. Most teams just end up taking it on the 35. But Rustburg wants the Colonels to re-kick. That's what Walker Allen will do. He'll drop back out, set the tee down on the 35-yard line.
Boy, I do not understand this from the Rustburg perspective. I would take the ball on the 35-yard line, but that's me.
Yeah, and, I kind of agree with you here because Walker, if he catches it right, he's still got the ability to land it, down there around the goal line. There's 2:50 left to play in the Apple Market third quarter. So I mentioned this one was fun. It ain't over yet. We got a lot of football left. 14-13, Altavista leads. And currently, that missed extra point by the Red Devils earlier is looming a little bit large. Here comes Walker Allen on the run up for the second kick. A little bit shorter. This one's going to land around the 25. Oh, it's not handled well by the Red Devils, and it bounced out of bounds. It bounced off number 5, Anthony Lovelace, who is, of course, the quarterback. Hit him in the shins there on the short hop, and then went out of bounds on the 30. No, went out of bounds on the 22-yard line. I'm sorry. Yeah, that ended up working out perfectly for Altavista.
Yeah, and again, I thought it was a mistake by Rustburg. They would have had the ball at the 35. That ball probably was going out of bounds. But it was mishandled, and lo and behold, look what you got.
Yeah, easy to say now, hindsight's 50-50. You don't have to be Norman Einstein to know that, as Walker Allen getting some instructions from Coach Sharness, maybe on where to kick it next time. But a big break right here for the Altavista Colonels defense.
I don't like what I'm seeing here on the Colonel sideline. Ashton Robinson not in the game right now, limping around a little bit. Angela Emerson tending to him. Not a good sign for the Colonels.
First down for the left hash mark for the Red Devils. Lovelace fakes the run. He wants to roll out and pass. Going to have to get rid of it. Hurdy. He does. Nobody there on the left sideline. Diving effort by, I believe that was Brent Thacker. Michi Malbeck had good coverage, and the rush was coming.
Yeah, it was. I think Poindexter and Darius Johnson in pursuit. He was never able to plant his feet.
Good chasing right there by Dante Poindexter. Designed rollout play for Lovelace, but I think he thought he was going to have a little bit more time than that. Clock stops on the incomplete pass, 2:43 to play in the third quarter. 14-13, Colonels have a lead.
Colonels starting to play with a little bit of swagger here, Kyle.
Agreed. It does look like they got the confidence back a little bit. Shotgun formation, 2 tight ends and 2 receivers to the left for Rustburg. Shotgun snap is mishandled. It ends up in Randall Jones' hands, and he'll run the ball right up the middle. Still on his feet. Thornhill was trying to rip at the football and get it out. Michi ball back in on the stop. Darius Johnson on the stop. Interesting play because Lovelace did not handle the snap well. The ball bounces over to Randall Jones. I think they're going to end up giving it to him anyway, but not the way they wanted to there. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 1. Boy, this would be a huge stop right here for the Colonel team.
And I think what happened on that play, the Colonels had it played well, but when the ball came loose, Altavista kind of was looking for the ball, kind of let up a little bit, and Jones, you can't make that kind of mistake against him.
Not at all. 3rd and 1. Here we go. 2 linemen pulling for Rustburg. Jones gets in behind him, and he slides down. He didn't do it intentionally, but it almost looked like the way a quarterback would slide down in the NFL. It's close to the first down marker, and they say he's got enough. Interesting play.
Yeah, it was an interesting play, and he cut off his inside foot. Anytime you do that.
Clydell Moon now hobbling off the field. This one doesn't look good. He's not putting any weight on that left foot. We'll see what happens here. It looks like he's just getting stretched out.
Yeah, they are stretching him out. Cramp. Good. That's a good sign. That is a cramp.
Yeah. And Mike Revis, the defensive coordinator for Altavista, is going to call a timeout because Moon just came off and nobody went in for him. We'll take a timeout, too. Talk about that in a little bit more. Colonels lead by 1, 1:49 to play here in the third quarter on 105.5 KD Country.
Man, it's cold in here. What's wrong with your heater?
Well, it used to work pretty good.
Back in the 90s, just call Select Air and get it fixed.
Oh, it'll probably cost a lot of money.
No, it won't, because Donnie will give you a fair price and get it done right the first time.
Maybe I'll call Select Air tomorrow.
No, you will call Select Air today, because it's freezing in here.
Select Air, 841-1580. 841-1580. Online at selectair.webs.com. You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Fresh set of downs for the Rustburg Red Devils after the injury timeout. Well, Altavista had to burn a timeout there. They didn't have anybody that came in to replace Clydell Moon. Ty Woodruff going in now, though. And a shotgun snap on first down goes to Randall Jones on the handoff. Forging ahead across the 40-yard line. Good pickup. He's brought down by Navy Jones, Destin Brown, and also... I think it might have been Wayne Short. Not 100% sure, Oscar.
It was, and nice hole blown open. Jones just ran right up the middle. Boy, we thought this is the kind of game we're going to see. 121, Colonels lead 14-13. Here we go, Kyle.
Yep, this is what we wanted. If you're a football fan, you got to love this. Same play. Randall Jones going up the middle. Destin Brown had a firm grip on the ball and almost knocked it out of there. Jones goes down. Dante Poindexter aided him down there. Trayvon Elliott as well. First down yardage, though, for the Red Devils. They've got it right to that big logo in the middle of the field. This ball sitting on the 46-yard line.
And after 3 and outs, first 2 series for Rustburg, on this series, 9 yards, 3 yards, 8 yards, 4 yards. Once again, the offensive line of Rustburg, big, athletic, starting to blow holes in this Colonel's defense.
Absolutely right. They give it to Randall Jones again. He's stopped in the backfield. Number 6, Demetrius Johnson in on the hit. We knew it. Johnson was going to get in the backfield eventually. Call it a 1-yard loss right there. Good play by Demetrius.
Yeah, great play by Demetrius. He blew that play up. We're going to have to see a couple more of those. 39 seconds here. You're going to see one more play probably in this quarter. The Colonels are going to go into the fourth quarter, hopefully with a lead if nothing happens on this play.
Other than the Gretna game, Colonels have really been good in the fourth quarter this year. They've pulled away from everybody except for the Hawks. Passing play. Lovelace wants to throw. Elliott chases him down. Also Demetrius Johnson. Ball is up. Ball is almost intercepted and now it's caught. Oh my goodness. Michi Malback had his hands on it. It bounced off his hands. Brent Thacker came in, full stretch, horizontal layout, and made the grab. That's one of those plays where Rustburg, they went from the outhouse to the penthouse.
There were 3 opposite players there. That thing was a fair catch by Michi Malback, and it just went through his hands. A little bit of a bobble, and lo and behold, first down, Rustburg's in business inside the 30-yard line. 12 seconds remain here in the fourth quarter.
Don't know if they'll third quarter. Yeah, don't know if they'll get this playoff. They want to go quick. They want to run a play here in the third quarter. Lovelace going to get in behind the pulling guard, run up the gut. This one looks like a big wedge play as the entire Rustburg line formed a mass. It pushed them ahead for about 4 yards. That'll do it for the third quarter. Great stuff here tonight from Rustburg High School. Colonels lead the Red Devils by 1. One more quarter of regulation on the way on 105.5 KD Country.
That hurt.
Tonight's game is brought to you by these members of the Katy Country Sports Club.
Steve Farmer Auto Sales, where there's always a good selection of cars, trucks, SUVs, priced right, financing available. Steve Farmer Auto Sales, 1112 Main Street.
Aubrey Rosser Law Firm, Altavista. First choice for any and all legal advice. Services go way beyond court trials and settlements.
Diane's Hair Creations in Altavista, creating hairstyles for every lifestyle. 283-1111. That's 283-1111.
El Cerrito, Altavista. Throw on a sombrero. Shake your maracas. It's El Cerrito time. Authentic Mexican cuisine only at El Cerrito.
Shop Main Street Trading Company, Altavista, where quality and affordability go hand in hand.
Sharky's Pest Control in Hurt. Let Tony take a bite out of your pest control needs. Doing business the old-fashioned way to keep you coming back.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
The first 3 quarters have been very good from Rustburg High School between the Colonels and the Red Devils. Fourth quarter probably going to be just as good and perhaps better. 2nd and 5 here, far hash mark for the Red Devils. Shotgun snap. They give it to Randall Jones. Jones not a lot there as he's hitting the backfield. He did end up gaining about a yard. Donovan Montague in helping out on the tackle along with Dante Poindexter, number 44. And they do end up giving him exactly that, a yard. We'll call this 3rd and 4th and long.
And the 3rd and we'll call it 4. You're right. Are they in 4-down territory? They got field goal here to the tail leg. Is that right?
Field goal would put them up by 2. It would end up being about a 40-yarder if they didn't gain any yards. Hard count again. Altavista looks like they came across, but let's see the final verdict. The Red Devils may have jumped to and brought them across. Officials talking it over. Lovelace changed the snap count, went with a longer snap count. No signal just yet. They talked it over. I don't see anybody backing up yet, though, either. Let's see. They are stepping it off now. Penalty against the Altavista Colonels. This should be enough to give Rustburg first down yardage. It is.
Boy, once again, we've seen huge back-to-back mistakes from the Colonels. the pass to Beachy should have had intercepted was in his hands. Nobody within 5 yards of him when he got his hands on the ball, and then this giving him a first down. Colonels are got to eliminate the mistake.
Yeah. Running play on first down. Randall Jones up the middle. He stopped short of the goal line, but he got it inside the 10-yard line. Fast, quick moves from Randall Jones, and he had some blocking, too. Going back to that play that bounced off Meachie's hands, nobody feels worse about it than Meachie. That's a ball he catches 99 times out of 100. Just happened to be the one time bounced into the hands of a diving Rustburg Red Devil. That was Thacker on that catch. Outstanding catch, by the way. 10:55 to go here in the fourth quarter. Red Devils can get a first down. They're going to snap this one from about the 7-yard line. First down markers on the 6. Here comes shotgun snap. Lovelace going to get in behind the pulling guard and his lead blocker. He was hit hard. I think he probably got enough on forward progress for the first down, but he took a lick. I think it was Destin Brown that gave him the shot.
It was. They're going to mark that at about the 5. Kyle, it's difficult. We're at a difficult angle. Yeah. They're going to call it at the 5-yard line. And you talk about the bend but don't break. We saw the Colonels with a big line stand last week against Chatham. Now is a good time for one of those stands.
They could pull off one of those 2 weeks in a row. Boy, that'd be epic stuff. First and goal from, we'll call it the 5-yard line. Our hash mark for the Red Devils. They're going right to left on the radio dial, headed towards the baseball field here at Rustburg. And here's Randall Jones. Jones has got some room up the middle. He's in the end zone. Really actually went in untouched as the O-line did a great job blocking for him. 19-14. Red Devils up. Let's see if they opt to go for 2 here. They missed an extra point earlier on a bad snap. They could definitely make a case for going for 2 here, because then the Colonels, that would get it back to 21-14. Looks like the offense is going to stay out there for Jack Baker's ball club. Fantastic high school football game. Number 34, Traquan Farmer, checking in the game. He was going to check in the game for the Colonels. Now he'll trot back out. Red Devils are going for 2. One receiver on each side for Rustburg. They're split pretty far out. 2 tight ends. Jones is in the backfield with Lovelace. Lovelace, option play to the right. He wanted to pitch it. He kept it. I think he's going to end up being short. No, it got in the end zone. Boy, stretched it out there at the end. And that one doesn't make the Colonel fans happy. Although, like we said, really hard for us to tell from down here. 2-point conversion, good. It's a Randall Jones touchdown run from 5 yards out. And then Anthony Lovelace scores on the 2-point conversion. Rustburg back up, 21-14. 10 minutes to play here from Rustburg on 105.5 KD Country.
In the past century, our community has grown, and Finch & Finch Funeral and Cremation Service has grown too, alongside the families they've known for so long. Finch & Finch is proud to have served you over 100 years. A family business, Finch & Finch Funeral and Cremation Service, dedicated to your service.
Finch & Finch Funeral Homes. We're here because we care.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Red Devils retake the lead, 21-14. They get the rushing touchdown from Jones, the 2-point conversion from Lovelace. Back in business, but the Colonels certainly not out of this one by any stretch, Oscar. 10-16 to play. They're getting the football back on the kickoff. Here we go. Low, quick kick. Let's see who fields it. Gets by Clydell Moon. Somebody's got to pick it up. Moon finally does. He's going to get driven back to the 20-yard line. I think he thought Michi Malbeck was going to take it. Malbeck thought Moon was going to take it. Clydell finally does. The Colonels will start on their own 20-yard line. Not what I would call terrible field position, but it could have been better.
Yeah, and Michi is a little bit shaken right now. That interception got him a little bit shook up, shaken up, shook up.
Michi's a confident player. Absolutely. He plays with emotion. That's one of the things that you got to love about Michi.
Well,
he plays with emotion.
You're absolutely right. And Michi can bust his next play to the house. So, he's that type of player.
Over shift formation. They're going to swing it out to Mr. Malbeck. He's looking to get to the right sideline. Turns the corner. He lowers his shoulder and delivers a boom. A little bit of a late hit out of bounds, but not anything malicious, I don't think. The Colonel fans don't like it, but 1 yard pickup by Michi Malbeck. Maybe not even that. They're not moving that stick there much. Michi just never could turn that corner, and he couldn't find a seam to cut it up into either. Colonel getting their play in from the sideline now. Malbeck will come take a little breather over here. Juan Thornhill getting the offense ready. Donovan Montague actually in the slot formation as a receiver now. Know what a great athlete he is. Normally when he's in on offense, he's on the quarterback spot, though. They'll put Donovan in motion. Fake it to him. Juan keeps it, driving ahead. Solid pickup here of about 5 yards. Had to run through some tackles. And he'll get up off the turf. R.J. Hamlet, one of the outstanding linebackers for Rustburg, helping bring him down.
Yeah, actually, you see them about 6 on that play. Bring up 3rd and 4, Kyle. And Colonels need this first down. Momentum's clearly on Rustburg's side now.
This would be a big first down pickup. 9:30 to play in the football game in the Apple Market fourth quarter. Altavista getting the play straight. Montague stays in. They got 3 wide receivers to the right. Darius Johnson all alone to the left. Destin Brown is in the backfield with Juan Thornhill. Shotgun snap is perfect. He's got Darius Johnson open. Johnson shakes off the first guy. Gets about 6 yards after the catch right there. More than enough for the first down. In fact, he caught it right at the first down marker. Great passing play there again as Juan Thornhill hits the single receiver over there to the left.
Looks like it might, I don't know if they were talking about a flag on the play or not. Sideline warning, there was a flag. Sideline warning for Rustburg.
So the first one's going to be a warning. If it happens again, it'll be a 15-yarder. Obviously, probably the coaches from Rustburg, a little overzealous. Sometimes you tend to wander out on the field just a little bit. 9:14 to go here in the football game. McLeese looks like he's a little dinged up here, taking a breather. Michi Malbeck back in the game. Left hash mark. Colonel's got a fresh set of downs. They handed to Destin Brown. Brown's got some room right side. Took a hard shot in the shoulder pad. Kept going. Then they hit him in the hips. That was Miguel Trejo again on the stop. 2nd and 5. A couple other Red Devils in on that as well. Good solid gain. Hard running there from Destin Brown.
Destin coming out on this play.
And Moon checks in. We saw Moon break the big one that led to points earlier for Altavista. They handed to Clydell Moon. Didn't have great footing, and he ends up going down. Never really got going full speed. Called a loss of about a half a yard. 88, Will Morris helping him to the turf. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5 for the Altavista Colonels. They picked up their last 3rd down with a passing play. Let's see what they decide to go to here. They trail by 7. Plenty of time left. You got to be careful about giving up the football because you may not have time to get it back. Just 8 minutes to play now. Clock continuing to run. 3 wide receivers to the right. Running back is Moon, and he is to Thornhill's right. Here comes the shotgun snap. Chest high. Juan looking left. Same play. He's got Darius Johnson for the first down pickup. Johnson sidesteps the first guy again, and then he slipped down really on his own momentum. Drops at the Rustburg 45, but it's a nice play after. Keeps the sticks moving for the Altavista Colonels.
Yeah, Colonels have seen something against Rustburg, but that's the 3rd time they've utilized that play. It's had positive yardage each time.
Yep. 7:49 to play here in the football game. Colonels putting together a nice drive, and yeah, back-to-back 3rd down pickups with a Thornhill pickup, Thornhill connection to Darius Johnson, rather.
A little bit of noise being made in Gretna. Dan River up 20-7.
We'll keep an eye on that one. We know that interests a lot of our fans. 3 receivers to the right. Juan spins around, gives it to Clydell Moon. Moon cutting it up the field. Good running there. Had some decent blocking outside initially, but boy, that play took a while to develop, so those receivers couldn't stay on those blocks forever. It's a 3-yard pickup for Mr. Moon.
20-6 in Gretna. Dan River leading.
Going to be under 7 minutes when this ball is finally snapped. You really are in the territory now where if Altavista were to lose the football, whether it was on downs or a turnover, probably wouldn't get the football back. And if you did get it back, you wouldn't have a ton of time left when you did. But we'll see.
And once again, this play's taking a lot of time to get off. Colonels seem a little bit uncertain tonight.
Shotgun snap on the way. Trips formation to the right. Juan wants to roll left. Good blocking by Destin Brown. Pass is a little high. He was looking for Darius Johnson on the out route. Not a bad place to miss, though, because then if you do miss, it just goes out of bounds.
And that brings up 3rd and a long 7.
6:42 to play. 3rd down. Last 2 in a row, they've gone to Darius Johnson. Wonder if they'll go to him again. Let's see. Juan, close enough just to hear this play call from Mike Sharness. He didn't have to get a signal into him.
But again, you've got the skill players are look a little bit uncertain. Johnson on the far side, Darius is not sure what play has been called either. He's trying to get clarification.
Yeah. Colonel's taking a while again. Here comes the shotgun snap. They do get it off in time. Thornhill's going to run it right up the middle. Reached out. I think he's going to be a hair short.
He's going to be a couple yards short.
Yeah.
If not 3.
See where this ends up spotted. It was just Thornhill taking off right behind the center. Destin Brown was a nice lead block for him. It's a full yard short. You're right. Maybe even a yard and a half. Colonels will definitely take their time on this play call. You want to get this one straight. Wouldn't even be a bad place to burn a timeout if you really wanted to talk.
I think they need to, given the way that these plays are slow getting in and the offense is just uncertain. I think you've got to call a timeout here.
Colonels getting it set up. They're going to go with 4 receivers all there to the left. The unbalanced formation. Destin Brown in the backfield. Watch for the hard count. You called it. See if Thornhill decides to change up the snap count. He does. Rustburg jumps, but I don't think they came across the line. Colonel's going to run the play on 4th down. Destin charging ahead. He was close to that first down marker. Didn't get it. It's all going to depend on the spot.
This coastline judge walked in, and I don't think they're going to get it. I think they're coming up short.
Just from where his foot is positioned, I think you're right. It just depends on the spot. Destin certainly gained yards, but did he gain the yard and a half necessary? Thornhill shaking his head. He can kind of tell where the ball is spotted. They're going to come out and measure this.
I think they're going to be about half a yard short, Kyle.
Clock is stopped right now with 5:49 to go. Colonel's trail 21-14. They needed a full yard and a half to get it. Destin probably got about a yard. According to this spot, anyway. It may have gotten more, but according to this spot, he got about a yard. Yep, when you pull that chain tight, he's about a football length short, at least from our vantage point. Not enough. Red Devils taking over on the turnover on downs. 5:49 left. They can milk this clock away or even score. The Colonels are going to be in dire straits. Altavista has to get the football back here, Oscar. And it would be great if they had, 2 or 3 minutes to work with when they do get it back.
Yeah, you're right. 5:49, trailing by 7. They've got to get a 3 and out here. They have to get a 3 and out if they're going to win this football.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. 2 receivers to the right for the Red Devils. They'll scrimmage from the near side hash mark. 39-yard line. They give it to Randall Jones. Jones has got some yards. He runs through a tackle. Destin Brown finally bringing him down. Montague is over there as well. Timeout is called. And it is called by, they just stopped the clock. No players aren't going over to the sidelines like a timeout. Looks like the officials just took a timeout and talked things over. 5:43 to play in the football game. Officials still talking. Wayne Short also in on the stop. Some kind of a penalty looks like it's been called on the Altavista Colonels. I didn't catch what it was, Oscar. Did you?
No.
I don't know if it was a face mask. The officials haven't been the best about signaling what the penalty is tonight. Again, I know they're working hard out there. That's not a criticism. I'm just trying to tell you that's why sometimes we're not 100% sure.
Walking off 5 yards for something. We're not getting any. We're not getting any signal at all.
He did signal it now. It was a face mask. It was a 5-yard variety face mask. Never really even saw the flag come out. But anyway, penalties against the Colonels. First down. Rustburg got it middle of the field now. 49-yard line. 5:38 to go. Clock will continue to run now. Give it to Jones. Jones goes up the middle. He stops in the backfield this time. Juan Thornhill doing the honors on the safety blitz. See if the Colonels take a timeout yet. Not yet. Under 5 minutes and 20 seconds now. Colonels trail 21-14. We are at Rustburg High School. If you joined us late, you've been missing a good one. Davy Jones started things off with a bang for the Colonels. Ran back the opening kickoff about 94 yards. Second down on the way, 2nd and 10 for Rustburg. Colonels really got to get a stop. Lovelace going right side, following his blocker. He's cut down after a short 1 or 2 yard gain. He did get across the 50-yard line. Stays in bounds, which is good for the Red Devils. Bunch of Colonels in on the pile over there. Hard to identify a tackler on that one. Ran into really the whole Altavista team. Okay, I don't want to say it all comes down to this, but the Colonels really could use a stop here on 3rd and 8.
Yeah, 4:42, 4:41. Rustburg's going to run this play clock down as far as they can, probably in the 4:20 range when they snap it.
I mean, if you got to stop here, it seems like Rustburg would punt it away and Altavista would get it back with around 4 minutes to play, which is certainly enough. But if the Devils can pick up a first down, this could hurt. Lovely, quarterback keeper, got some room. Thornhill with the tackle. Didn't get a whole bunch of them, but he got enough to bring him down. He is short about 2.5 yards. Red Devils, I don't think you can blame them if they went for it here, but let's see what they do. They may kick this thing away. They're on the Altavista 44-yard line. I think they're going for it out here.
I think they are too. If they go for it, very well could steal this. Watch for the hard count. The Colonels have been very susceptible to that here late in the season.
You called it. 3:50 to play in the football. Shotgun snap on the way. Colonels don't bite on the hard count this time.
And Coach Sharp stepped out on the field before that play, before the huddle broke, and told them to specifically do not jump.
Rustburg takes a timeout. They were going to try and change the snap count and pick up the first down that way. They couldn't, so they want to talk things over. We'll talk it over, too. 30-second timeout here. Altavista trails by 7 with 3:46 to play in the football game on 105.5 KD Country.
You can buy paint from any old yahoo who knows nothing about paint in one of those big box stores. For quality paint from people who really know paint, it's Davis Paints from your complete home center, English's. Davis Paints, which has been known for quality since 1921, is not just sold anywhere. Visit the new paint room at English's, your authorized Davis Paint dealer.
English's is your complete home center.
On North Main Street, Altavista.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
21-14, the Colonels trail. We've been having a great time tonight, as always. And Nick Bailey back at home base making it easy on us. Always our MVP. See who the Colonels MVP is going to be. It might be the guy that makes a stop here on 4th down. But we look out there across the field. Oscar and Rustburg is in a punt formation. They don't have to punt out of that punt formation. I think you got to watch the fake for the Altavista Colonels.
And again, you still have to watch this. You cannot jump here. You cannot hang on.
You're absolutely right. You can go on a hard count. They snap it quick. It's a pretty good snap. Colonel's got a decent rush. This ball is shanked. Not a good punt at all. It's going to land on the 25. Red Devils stop it by picking it up. I think this will end up being spotted around the 20. It took a bit of a forward roll, but not a great kick from Thacker. It wasn't a true shank. I might have misspoke on that. A shank goes out of bounds. That one stayed in bounds. It just wasn't a well hit. And they actually are going to spot this on the 23-yard line. That's where the Colonels will take over. They got 3:39 to work with. Full complement of timeouts. Bunch formation. Ball got snapped quickly. Yeah, that ball wasn't even set. The Colonels wanted to go quick there, Oscar. The referee never signaled to start play. That was kind of an oddity.
Yeah, it is an oddity. And
the only person that was ready was the center, Ken Brumfield, doing a fantastic job snapping the ball all night. He just snapped down before the referees allowed it.
And he'll call that a play.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I didn't think that the referee put the ball in play.
I never snap. From my experience as a scorekeeper, I never saw that signal to put it in play.
Yeah.
Brings up 1st and 15.
Well, we've seen a little bit of everything. That's what keeps it fun. 1st and 15, Colonels with another 5-yard penalty. Here comes the shotgun snap. It's a perfect one. Thornhill looking to throw. He's got time. Looking over the middle. Davy Jones on the catch. In traffic. Hauls it in. He's still on his feet, getting driven back. Close to the first down marker. They're going to stop the clock.
Not going to see the spot. What about that? Yeah, it was a nice pass, but they're going to not a good spot at all. They're going to mark that at about the 27-yard line.
2nd and 3. Thornhill's got 2 receivers each side. They're really in a hurry-up offense mode now. They hand it to Destin Brown. Brown fights through one tackler. Stiff arm. He's going up right sideline. Sidesteps one guy. He's going just streaking across the middle. Destin Brown across the 50 and down to the 40. How about Destin Brown running the football? Who says you can't run on a hurry-up offense when you got guys like Destin Brown? Keep feeding them. 3:10 now. Clock will restart when they move the chains after a big pickup.
Nice pickup. Hot Destin on that play. I thought he was going to break it.
I did too. He just had too many guys to go through. Colonel's going to snap it quick. First down from the 35-yard line of Rustburg. Altavista on the move. Juan wants to throw again, looking for the out route. A little low on the pass to Darius Johnson.
And I think the Colonels need to be a little bit careful here. They got plenty of time. 3:02 remaining. They're at the 35-yard line.
They got timeouts.
They got timeouts. They got plenty of time. They need to just relax.
I agree.
How about that? Tell a junior in high school to relax.
That's right.
It's not like there's nothing on the line here either.
Right. Big game here from Rustburg. Fun game, too. Can't stress that enough. Great atmosphere for high school football. 3 wide receivers to the left for Altavista. Demetrius Johnson split out all alone to the right. Shotgun snap. Juan looking for Demetrius. He pulls it in, bobbled it initially. 5-yard pickup, still working his way ahead. He's actually closer to the first down marker than I initially thought.
And I'm going to give Demetrius big props because he had 2 people on him long, one trying to strip the ball. He continued to drive legs. He's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Yeah, 3rd and 1.5 or 2.
So they're marking it. They're still in a second.
I know. Moon's going to get the first down. It really doesn't matter what down it is. They went left side behind left tackle there. Good pickup from Clydell Moon. And he smooth the chain. 2:33 to play. That will restart when the ball is spotted. Colonels trail by 7, but they are driving. It seems like they've got a bit of momentum on their side. Thornhill collects the snap, looking right, pump fakes, he's looking in the end zone. He's got Demetrius Johnson. I think he caught it for a touchdown. He did. What a catch right there. What a pass, dude. What a throw. Thornhill with the touch. Crowd on our side going for Rustburg Red Devil crowd are a little dejected. They're going to have a chance to answer, but boy, the pump fake on the short pass, then Juan just threw it perfectly in the end zone. Demetrius with a great grab.
That is the best pass Juan's thrown all year.
I agree.
I mean, bar none, that was the best pass Juan's thrown all year.
I mean, what a look. The pump fake really sold the pump fake. Offensive line gave him plenty of time to do what he needed to do. Demetrius ran a great route, perfect tight spiral. Demetrius adjusted to it and hauled it in under pressure. Walker Allen on to try the extra point. Snap is perfect. Kick is perfect. We are tied up at 21. If you can't get excited about this, then you're just not a high school football fan. Timeout. Both teams are tied at 21 with 2:21 to play in regulation on 105.5 KD Country.
Try a variety of lunch specials priced under $4 at El Cazador Restaurant. The people that brought the first Mexican food to the area 13 years ago and still going strong 7 days a week. Come by for Mexican or American food, all reasonably priced with drink specials and great service too. Voted best Mexican restaurant by you, their customers. El Cazador Mexican Restaurant, Main Street in Altavista. El Cazador Mexican Restaurant thanks you for your loyalty and your business. You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
21-21 live and in person from Rustburg High School. Oscar Colonels have had to fight back a couple times in this game. They do it again there and tie it up with a 77-yard scoring drive.
6 plays. What a way to answer the bell.
Yep.
Colonels would have been easy after a muffed interception that turned into a reception for Rustburg. Colonels down a little bit. Rustburg capitalized, drove the ball into the end zone. The Colonels have shown a lot of heart and answered. I think this bodes well for the Colonels as they move forward, regardless of the outcome of this game.
Great point. I mean, whether you win or you lose, you've got to love the heart, the passion, the tenacity, the intensity, any other adjective you want to throw in there. With the way the Altavista Colonels have battled back in this game. They've had some little nagging injuries. We've seen some guys sitting out that are usually playing. Not to say that anybody's been out the whole game, but there's been some guys that have missed some plays. Walker Allen, hang this one up high. He'll get fielded on about the 20-yard line by Randall Jones. Jones shakes off one tackle. He's going up the middle, out ahead of steam. Brought down by Demetrius Johnson, middle of the field, on about the 27-yard line. On a nice high hanging kick by Walker Allen. Really gave his team a chance to get down there and cover it.
Yeah, nice job by Walker after a little bit of a difficult time on his last kickoff opportunity.
Red Devils, 2:17 left in regulation to do their thing. Boy, if the Colonels can get a 3 and out, they could potentially get the football right back. They hand it to Randall Jones. He's going right side. You know Jones can break one from anywhere at any time. Small pickup there. Call it a 3.5-yard gain.
And you got to wonder here, clock continues to wind, 2 minutes left. Rustburg being very deliberate.
I don't want to say they're resigned to going to overtime, but you're right. They're not in any hurry whatsoever. Same formation. One wide receiver to each side, up one tight end to each side. Now Lovelace wants to pass. Looking deep. He's throwing a perfect spiral deep. Davy Jones is there. Michi Malbeck is there in coverage, and the ball falls incomplete. They were looking for Thacker down right sideline. I misspoke. Juan Thornhill was there in coverage along with Michi Malbeck, and they had pretty good coverage.
They had good coverage, but what a throw. I mean, he had a half a step on both those players. He got his hands on the ball.
Yeah, you're right. He did. We talk about being able to spin that ball and what a good spiral looks like. That was it right there. But boy, it was kind of cool watching that ball hang up in the night sky over the far clock.
Bring it third and long, 1:42 remaining. Colonels can make a stop here. Get the ball back.
Colonels could really be in business here with a stop. 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap on the way. Lovelace wants to pass again. Running the hitch route. Great grab by Brent Thacker. He caught it. Ball came out loose, but they're going to say Thacker was down. They're going to say he did secure the catch, though. Thacker had to go upstairs and secure it. Nice passing strike from Lovelace. And, boy, I don't know if we've talked about how good of a passer he is, because Rustburg hasn't thrown the ball much. Lovelace does have the 20-yard touchdown pass. But, man, he could really wing that thing around the football.
Talk about it being able to spin it. He absolutely can. 1:34, clock continues to run here.
Yeah, under a minute and a half now, and this gets snapped. High ball game, 21-21. They hand it to Randall Jones. Jones, not much there. Hole got clogged up nicely by number 6, Demetrius Johnson. And Jones just ended up tripping over him. Timeout on the field by the Altavista Colonels. We'll take it to 30-second variety. Tied up at 21 with 1:21 to play on 105.5 KD Country.
Apple Auto Glass is your windshield repair and replacement center in Lynchburg. You get a free car wash with all windshields replaced in the shop. Apple Auto Glass wants the fans to enjoy the boys of fall this high school football season.
When I feel that chill, smell that fresh cut grass, I'm back in my helmet, cleats, and shoulder pad. Kings of the school, man, where the boys of fall.
Apple Auto Glass salutes the boys of fall.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
High school football at its finest on 105.5 KD Country. 2nd and 10 on the way for the Red Devils. Tie ball game here. Watch for the reverse. They run it. That football's on the ground. They were looking to go for the reverse. Altavista has the football back. A lot of times with those trick plays, Oscar, high risk, high reward. Rustburg loses the football, and it's scooped up by number 3, Donovan Montague. Altavista Colonels will take over. They've got 1:17 to try and win this ball game in regulation.
And that's the first turnover of the game for Rustburg. Huge play. Colonels need to be really, really patient here. Don't get excited. Don't turn the ball over. They got plenty of time. They've been able to move the ball here in the fourth quarter. Great opportunity for the Colonels.
Wayne Short and Dante Poindexter were in the backfield to spill the football out, and then Donovan Montague picked it up. Here comes the snap. Thornhill looking right. Screen pass to Demetrius Johnson, driving his way ahead. Not a big gain, about a 4-yard pickup. Let's see if the Colonels want to call timeout or not. Be under a minute to go. Coach Sharns wants to keep him in the hurry-up offense. No timeout just yet. Thornhill getting the play ready. 59 seconds now. High ball game. If you can get in Walker Allen field goal range, you can take a chance at winning it with the boot. Thornhill rolling to his left, looking deep. He'll swing an alley out route. It's completed on the left sideline. It's Darius Johnson. This is some of the best passing we have ever seen from Juan Thornhill. What a play right there. First down yardage.
And they're going to stop the clock long enough to move the chains. They're going to spot the ball at about the 30-yard line. Still not in Walker Allen field goal range yet.
Not quite yet. He tried a 40-yarder and came up about 4 yards short, at least by our estimation. 2 receivers each side. Handed off to Desmond Brown. Brown's got the move up the gut. He is hit low. Picks up enough for the first down. This will stop the clock to move the chains again. 36 seconds remaining.
I don't want to say this because people are going to wring my neck. It's very reminiscent of what happened in the Gretna game.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Thornhill looks like he's going to get under center and spike it. He does. That will stop the clock. 29 seconds, so not a whole lot run off there. Smart football by the Altavista Colonels. It will make it second down. You lose the down. But at this point, with only 29 seconds left, probably only looking at 3 plays anyway. And now they are in Walker Allen field goal range, Oscar, so I feel like that changes your play call a little bit. You may elect just to keep it on the ground here.
Well, I think you do. You are in Walker Allen field goal range, but and the Colonels have really shown a propensity to be able to, the offensive line's done a great job being able to blow the holes open.
Yeah, particularly in the second half.
Yeah, especially here in the last fourth quarter, these last 2 drives, the Colonels have done a great job on the offensive line. Man, football.
Yep, 2nd and 10 from the 18. Thornhill's going to keep it himself. Driving right side. Small pickup. Not that much, though. And here comes the timeout from Coach Mike Sharns. It'll come with 23.6 seconds left. We're keeping it here on this one, though. Ball game 21-21.
A little bit different situation than what we had in Gretna because we trailed against Gretna.
Right.
Game is tied here.
Right.
And, you know, you talk about character builders, every indication that we got out of that Gretna game was that Walker Allen took it like a man.
Yeah.
As a sophomore, came back out, continued to work hard, even worked a little bit harder than he had in the past, which, he's a worker anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think, you talk to some people, you talk to Walker and the coaching staff, et cetera. He said, hey, it wasn't the pressure. I just missed, I missed the kick. It wasn't a pressure situation. It's just, sometimes you miss it. And I think you're right. Different situation here because you're tied up. And that's why I think we both agreed you could be a little bit more conservative in your play calling. The Altavista run game. I mean, they can get in the end zone running the ball.
You got Destin, you got Juan, you got Claudel.
Yeah.
It looks like Claudel's going to be in the backfield now. And number one, you don't want to take a loss. You want to keep the ball in the center of the field. And Colonel still have a timeout.
And you got to hang on to the football as well. I mean, that's another big key. Trips formation to the left. Thornhill's going to keep it. Had to run through one of his own linemen. Gets a nice pickup and got it right in the middle of the field. Let's see if that's by design or not. I think Walker Allen's coming out here on fourth down. It is third. Excuse me. It's going to make it. It's fourth down. Second or 4th and 2. Excuse me. 4th and 2.
And I don't quite understand.
See what happens. But the offense is staying out there right now. Walker Allen is not on the field just yet.
No, it is 4th down, and I don't understand. Coach Shaughnessy,
I think they called another timeout.
Coach Shaughnessy says he didn't call a timeout because there's 17 seconds left. He wanted to stop. He wanted to wind that clock down.
Exactly. He wanted to let the clock run down to 1 second. And here comes Walker Allen. He will try the field goal. Other personnel coming in as well. Offense getting a well-deserved round of applause from the fans over here on the Altavista side.
And Walker's kicking the ball's at the 10.
Yep.
Put it about the 17.
Yep.
A 27-yard field goal.
Yeah. So not an extra point, but not, a long kick.
8 yards longer than an extra point. He's been almost automatic from extra point range with a number of touchdowns, probably 98%.
Exactly right.
Rustburg's going to call a timeout.
Yeah, and probably the right move. We saw Coach Kevin Saunders use his timeouts. You can't take them home with you, so you might as well burn them. We'll take this one with them. 21-21. Walker Allen's got a chance to win the game with a field goal when we come back on 105.5 KD Country.
Stay cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, on the ready to keep you comfortable year-round. Locally owned and operated, just a call away with over 20 years experience. Licensed and bonded. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, specializing in heating, air, plumbing, and electrical. Any season, anytime. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Give them a call today. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, Gretna.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
21-21. High ball game from Rustburg High School. Colonels have a chance to win it on the leg of Walker Allen. It's going to end up being about a 27-yard field goal attempt, and it'll come with 17.1 seconds left. Colonels would obviously have to kick it away if they did make it. And a miss probably sends it in overtime. Rustburg jumped offside. Red Devils jumped offside. So this is going to be enough for a first down. It's going to give them 5 more free yards. Do you think you just go ahead and still kick it again here, Oscar?
I think that, I think you do kick it because if you have a must step, it's first down. If you have a fast step, you can fall on it. You still got the opportunity. The Colonels don't have a timeout left. They'd have to scramble quickly, but if they have a bad snap, it does give them the opportunity to possibly reform, strike the ball, and get the kick.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think this is the right call. So we'll move it up 5 yards. Ends up being about a 22-yard kick now. Now it's not much more than an extra point. They say the ball is resting on the 7. Here's the snap. It looks good. Hold is good. And the kick is good, too. Walker Allen knocked it through, and he is as excited as anybody, and with good reason. You give a guy a chance to make up for the miss in the Gretna game, he does just that. Colonels up 3. Timeout here on KD Country as we will come back for the final kickoff of the football game right after this on 105.5.
The following is brought to you by English Construction Company.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical Virginia high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Walker Allen converts the field goal with 17 seconds to put the Colonels up 3, 24-21. Big-time kick right there. Got to credit everybody on that special team as well. That was a group effort. Colonels have got to kick it off, though. We've got 15 seconds left in this ball game. They lead by 3. Main thing is just prevent the kickoff.
I'll just make a quick point. When all that was going on with the field goal, the timeout, Coach Reynolds was down here working with Destin Brown, talking about what was going to happen with this 15 seconds left, setting up the defense, working with Destin. He was working with another player. It might have been Poindexter about what's going to happen here with 15 seconds left. Colonels kick off. Of course, the clock won't start until the ball's touched by the defense.
Yep. 2 fantastic return guys are the same guys that have been doing the bulk of the offensive rushing damage for the Red Devils. It's Anthony Lovelace and Randall Jones. Do you keep it short, kick it away from them? I think you probably do. Here comes a run up from Walker Allen. Hit the squib kick, over on the 40-yard line by Thacker. Thacker makes a couple guys miss, and he's driven back. Rustburg will have 11.4 seconds left from about the 40-yard line. I don't know how much you trust running 2 plays if you're Rustburg. You may just have to give it the old Hail Mary from here, or possibly one of those flea flicker situations where you lateral it once or twice, or sometimes it ends up being 7 or 8 times. Usually when it gets into that range, you don't have much of a chance.
No, you're right, and 11 seconds left, no timeout.
All right, here come the Red Devils. Let's see what kind of formation they go. They're going to go with the same formation they've been going with. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers, 1 to each side. Jones is in the backfield, Anthony Lovelace. Altavista obviously in a soft defense with a lot of cushion. Lovelace wants to throw. Looking at the sideline, never really got a good pass off.
Now,
who's he looking at?
He was in the pocket. There was nobody near.
Yeah.
He didn't get the ball. He barely got it to the line of scrimmage.
Ball might have been tipped. I don't know.
It wasn't tipped. It looked wobbly. There was nobody near. That should have been intentional grounding.
6.2 seconds left. 24-21. Altavista leads by 3. This is going to be the last play, I believe, that the Rustburg Red Devils are going to get a chance to run. Let's think they get a really quick out along one of the sidelines. They are on their own 42-yard line. The full 60, 58 yards. Low snap. He's only got 2 targets out there to look for. He's the deep ball in the air. Altavista's got the coverage. Maybe Jones on the interception to cap it off. Celebration is on the Altavista sideline. Great interception by Navy Jones. And boy, the kick by Walker Allen that put him off. That is the ball game. No time left on the field. You got 1 flag over here on the sideline. Let's see what the official says.
If it's twice, the player left early. It was offside.
It's on. It is. It's on Rustburg to just signal it. That's the ball game. And Mike Revitz and Mike Sharness share a big hug on that sideline. Boy, that's about as fired up as you will ever see Coach Sharness after a win, and with good reason. Let's take a timeout. Subway postgame show on the way here on 105.5 KD Country.